Ancient and powerful is the walled city of Ayawatha. Positioned at the junction of two rivers, this geographic location has allowed it to trade as needed, but also remain on the periphery of major trade routes. The City of Kings is a strong, if relatively isolated, city-state. This seclusion has allowed the city to grow with relatively little outside influence, but in turn, it has helped to contribute to Ayawatha's tense political situation. As powers grew and developed, the city became divided in sectors around a few powerful families. The head of each family styled themselves as the monarch of Ayawatha, and they battled each other for control of the city's government. As time passed, the families realized that their fights for complete power was actually weakening their households. No family could flourish without the contributions of the others. Though none of them could admit it, they were stronger together than alone. A very delicate truce was formed by the monarchs, beginning with the first banquet of crowns, some 120 years ago. There have been outbreaks of violence throughout the centuries, but one thing has made itself clear. When one family threatens the peace, the others will descend on them like hawks. This understanding of mutually assured destruction is what keeps the city from falling into chaos.
Hello and welcome to Good Time Society. My name is Xander Jeanneret and I'm here as your Dungeon Master. We're going to be playing some Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and I'm here with some amazing players. Let's go around and meet them real quick. Who's to my left?
Hi, I'm Aabria Iyengar. Today I'll be playing Stray, a tiefling warlock. Her pronouns are she, they, and she's a hot pink tiefling with long curving ram horns and long beautiful purple hair that goes down into a little blue ombre, kind of like the sunset.
To clarify, hot and hot pink.
Yes, hot and hot pink both. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And wears cool all black leather warlock edgelord.
Yeah, Hot Topic.
I'm straight out of Hot Topic. That's all you need to know.
Yay!
Awesome. I'm Amy Vorpahl, and I'm playing a Goliath artificer whose name is Nordy. And Nordy, Nordy is a Goliath artificer who actually grew up most of her life with dwarves and was just the tallest dwarf in the clan crafters. So what Nordy looks like is a light blue tinted skin with marbled yellow and gold, all marbled all up in her skin, and she wears a lot of dwarven steel armor tied together with hemp. Because it doesn't quite fit. She's kind of squeezed in there.
It's like pieces.
Yeah, just bits and pieces. You get some side boob sometimes.
But it's tasteful.
Are you like the biscuit tin when it pops?
You peel the label off.
Yes, and you gotta let the jiggly parts jiggle, is what I say.
Amen.
So, yes, sometimes it pops out, and I mean it's a good target. They think it's a good target, but really, I mean, you can't hurt that. You can't steal my marbled skin.
Thank you, Nordy.
Died from an attack on a muffin top.
Could happen.
Nordy is the most important thing that's ever happened to me.
Very important Goliath.
And Nordy uses she, her pronouns, right?
Nordy is she, her. She sure is.
Sorry, I'm writing let the jiggly part.
It's good to know that you're taking notes.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Carolos Luna. I am playing a dragonborn paladin named Lorgrax. He's going through a little midlife crisis, I think. Yeah, he used to be this gruff type, badass, and now he's kind of just trying to be a little bit more chill, a little bit more.
Oh, I didn't know you were chill like that.
I'm pretty freaking chill, guys.
Yeah, when you say it like that, I can.
Is that not chill?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
not- okay, good. It's got like some Tommy Bahama vibes, some Jimmy Buffett going on.
Gotcha.
You know.
What
But not
does-
try hard at all.
No, definitely not try hard at all. Like he's
there
just,
he is.
He's just like chill, you know, just like everyone else is
Okay,
chill.
main character comment.
physically, what does he look like?
He's a gold dragonborn. I think he still has his vacation beads in his hair.
Great to bring up because
Yeah, he's got a little like tan, a little boat
Yeah.
there going on. Yeah, for sure.
because the three of you actually met on vacation.
Yes.
As far as I understand, the relationship was more vacation friends rather than real friends.
Oh, yeah.
And yet you find the three of yourselves here at the behest of a letter, the same letter that each of you have received, calling you out to the kingdom of Ayawatha. That's IOATHA. So just to preface, we're playing a quest chest. I'm going to grab the actual box.
Quest chest.
Quest chest.
Quest chest.
This is what it looks like. We are playing.
No.
We're playing the Assassin's Crown. Whatever could that mean? Who knows?
I'm sorry, who's crap?
No one.
Interesting.
Cool.
So what this means is that in the LARPing community, we have what are called phys reps, which are physical representations. So I've got a lot of little props and things that are going to happen with my players here, and we're going to solve a mystery of something that may happen. But the first mystery is a letter that comes in the quest chest box, and if you're interested, you can win one of two in the chat. So keep an eye out for how you can do that as we go along. But this is the first one. I'm going to send over the gold letter. So if you guys, you can go ahead and break the wax seal that's on that. And actually, we've got the audio of this letter to play over while you are reading it as well. This is another resource that comes with the box, a link to digital resources that you can play at your table. Oh, here we go.
I am King Servil Illyrin of Ayawatha, the city of kings. I write to you now asking for your help. While not one who would typically reach outside for aid, I must remain cautious, even with those who sit upon my council. I have sought you out due to your reputation and your ability to remain outside the influence of this city. I have come to fear that my rivals at court aim to do me harm. My spies have informed me that one of these rivals has been vigorously maneuvering against my house, and has even gone as far as to orchestrate my forcible removal. While kidnapping and assassination aren't common these days, they are also not unheard of. The monarchs of this city keep an uneasy alliance, and I fear that if I were to be removed, our delicate peace would turn to turmoil. My life's work has been spent fostering these alliances, but something dark is at work in the halls of power. The other kings are tense, and I sense that our city now rests on a knife's edge. I request your observant presence at the next banquet of crowns, which shall be held within my keep. These weekly gatherings are neutral territory, where my fellow kings and I can conduct our business free from threat or challenge. This time-honored tradition will provide an opportunity for you to eavesdrop and listen in on my rivals. I would have you come as unassuming guests and spy for me. You shall keep a low profile, remaining unobtrusive, and as such will not approach myself so as not to draw attention. Dress well, come unarmed, and share niceties with my rivals at dinner. After the banquet has concluded, I will hear from you all that you've learned, and together we shall uncover the threat and unmask my true foe. Thank you. King Servil Illyrin.
Cute.
Yeah,
Tasty
you can
dinner.
keep that. Go ahead.
Mind if I do?
I like that.
So you know that this is King Servil Illyrin from the kingdom of Ayawatha, which you are now coming to. This kingdom, as he has mentioned, has been split into factions, and they, through years of war and turmoil, have determined that they're better off working together. However, each of the different factions have a hold over a different resource or a part of the city, essentially for civilization. Each of the factions then has a leader, a representative that's going to be at this banquet, along with their valets, attachés, guards, that sort of thing. these are the people that the king seemed to be worried about. And I'll go over each of the different factions too as we come up to it. But for right now, you arrive at Castle Elrond. And you know that the Elrond family, their part in all of this is the soldiers, the guards. They're the ones that will keep people safe. And they seem to have a sort of hold over like the kingship as far as like a royal family goes, because everybody needs soldiers. But everybody needs food. Everybody needs currency. So they all need to work together.
Yes. So the big thing that I note in the notice is that we need to keep a low profile.
Super easy.
That was very deliberately said, not to be all semantical about it, but low profile. Do not, under any circumstances, approach the king. That one's gonna be hard too because I'm a fan.
This voice is killing me right now. I love it.
So as you come up to the castle, you see that there are other people that are arriving for this banquet, and there is a selection of guards that you know are from the Elrond royal family, holding out bespoke chests for each of the guests to place their weapons inside. It's like a coat check, but for pointy things. As you come up to the guards, they sort of open a chest for you as a party. Do you place anything inside?
So here's what I'm thinking, because it did say also in the letter to come unarmed, and
This is supposed to be neutral ground for all of the leaders, so they don't want the threat of anything happening.
but it's an artificer. I would totally have a bag of holding that we could secure weapons inside. I know my paladin.
Usually I want to play by the rules and 100%, but you know what? Like, I'm just gonna be super chill right now. And just
Shaka is how we know you're being the most chill.
I'm just trying to go with the flow. And if everyone's putting stuff in this bag of holding, maybe I'll put stuff in too.
Sure. I'm going to put my one dagger in your bag of holding. Like, look, I do magic. Oh, we're great. Well, how about this? I'll keep my dagger, and then we'll put it as our token, because you can always get another dagger.
Oh yes, and I have a surprise for both of you.
Oh, yeah.
I knew that we were coming to the party, and so I mean, I was gonna have a thing where you put your dagger in, and then I shook it, and I took a dagger out, and it was better. But
That sounds fun.
Wait, no, I want to do that now.
Let's do that one.
Yes. Okay.
Honey, go off to the bushes. And
One second.
please.
Yeah, we are on the list, but not yet. Okay, go ahead. Put your dagger in my bag and
Oh, it's my glaive.
Yeah,
and in your glaive. Oh, yep,
It
all the
fits.
way down.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh,
Yep. In. Okay.
Practically perfect.
And then I sing my little artificer song.
Oh, yeah, I love this one.
What is that?
It's always 7 minutes long.
We'll just do the first two words. Bopsy boopsy bopsy boopsy.
Oh, yeah.
And it goes on from there. We know.
No, we all know that one.
So actually, here's your real dagger because I know you want that. But also, when we get in the castle, I have this. It's a better dagger.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
And this is an ability of Nordy, right?
Yes, I'm an artificer, so I infused it. It is well, actually, you get your dagger. What I did was enhance your spell focus.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Well, then I'm going to keep this one on me, and I kind of just shove it down into my
Special place.
Yeah.
All right. Well, when you need it, I've got a special arcane focus that makes your spells more powerful.
Well, thank you. I could absolutely use that.
And for you, if you take a little peek in here,
Oh, yeah.
look, it's like it's a better glaive than
Oh,
I've
yeah.
ever seen before.
Yeah,
It's laced with gold.
oh, yeah. Is that what that is? Well, it's gotta stick to my hand. I hate that you're always questioning me.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's so not chill to yell like.
No, it's fine.
I'm just trying to be a little bit more chill.
You're the main character.
I'm saying, you keep saying, I don't know what that means, but you keep saying that, and then you always look.
And I look into the
You always look over here.
Yes.
What's going on over there?
Hey, did you hear something? You hear the guards.
Oh, no, when you need it. When
I
you
want to
need
kill that guy so bad.
No, hey,
Okay, no.
chilling out.
I'm not like that anymore. I'm chill.
You're
Right.
so chill.
I'm so
gosh.
chill.
Okay, I'm gonna put my bag of holding into my bag, and it'll
God.
just look like a money pouch. And now I think we're ready.
Really quick.
Yes.
What is the general dress style of people at this?
You can sort of tell where people are coming from because the union, as it were, are sort of practically dressed, but still like showing up in a formal version of that. Whereas the banking, let me just double check what they're called. The Golden City Dynasty. They're showing up in flowing robes and full like ostentatious showery.
Ooh, so did we have this information beforehand?
You see that as like people are coming in and putting their weapons in. You can sort of see where they're coming from.
Clocking this from the bushes,
Yeah.
I'm going to use Mask of Many Faces to disguise self.
Ooh, what
and
do you
turn
look like?
myself into like that sort of like older, so like late 40s to early 50s human woman with like the steely gray hair, but it's still like up and very curly, and like an ornate like updo with a bunch of fine jewelry and those long sweeping robes. I want to look like a person that you would give time of day to and access to.
Gotcha.
Like, cool. All
So
right.
we have, are you attempting to imitate the Golden Dynasty, which is like the banking ones?
Yes.
Or we have the Syndicate. These are sort of things that you know.
okay.
The Syndicate are sort of like the roguish, shady underground things, and they have a queen. There's also the Pontifex, which is the church. And so they have a uniform that they're showing
Yeah.
up in their formals. And then the Arcadian Union, which are the farmers, which have more of like a rougher formal. And then the Alarin family, which you're coming to, their castle, they're the ones that are in charge of like the soldiers and the guards. They have more of like a militaristic formality. Like you see a lot of medals and things like that attached to tunics.
Okay.
Or formal dresses as well.
I would go with the Golden Dynasty if it looks like. Just can I get a vibe check on as people are walking up? Like,
Yeah.
who's giving
Okay.
that sort of like little bit of deference as we move in a group?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation or perception, whichever one would be better for you.
Boo, they're both. No, we're investigating.
Okay.
Yeah, come on, be good. All right. Oh God, I knocked it over. It was a 13 plus 2 is a 15.
A 15. Okay, so tell me what you're looking for that
I'm looking for
specifically.
like fluid dynamics between people. Like, who are you giving a wider berth to?
Yeah.
Who is getting more attention as they walk in? I want to be someone that looks like they can be in interesting conversations, but isn't expected to have information. Like, I wouldn't pick the like main family.
Yeah, what you can tell is that people in general seem to be avoiding or afraid of the syndicate.
Yeah.
They don't want to sort of deal with that. And the Pontifex, the church, honestly.
Sure, yeah.
But the Ellerin family and the Golden Dynasty, they are sort of like, and even the Union, they're mingling amongst each other and sort of like friendlier.
Golden Dynasty for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then, so you show up to the box. What are you putting in, if anything?
Ooh,
Oh,
I
we
will
should-
put in something.
Yeah, we should put in something or else that's suspicious.
Yes, let me tell you. Putting in. I pull out a boomerang. I pull out a cross.
Not your boomerang.
But no weapons today.
I guess so. But
Here,
what if we find a quad somewhere?
I'm gonna throw in some darts
I put my hacky sack in.
Not the sack.
and great club, and then there's just fiddly bits I put in that just
The trunk is like
red
hard to
herring.
close now.
Yeah, yes.
Are you trying to conceal the dagger that's on you?
I think the nice dagger that you gave me that's the arcane focus built in is like jammed down in the bodice of the dress. But I'll put like a little stunt ornate dagger in like, yes, well, we don't, no weapons.
I will have you roll a sleight of hand with advantage, though,
okay.
because you have that assistance from Nordy.
Yay, thank you, Marty.
Anytime.
All right, 18.
Oh, you're good.
Natural 20.
Okay.
These are my favorite dice
These
ever.
guards, while well trained, are clueless to what's really happening.
Sure.
There's so much going on. This is more. They're very much. The doors are open. What?
Yeah.
What's happening?
I love it.
So everybody makes their way in, and you pass without rising any suspicion whatsoever. You completely blend in with this disguise that you've taken.
Nice.
In fact, some people sort of nod at you as if they have seen you like at the bank or something like
We
that.
are all the same, and we've been here the whole time. I'm also going to send my familiar, a raven, like
Ooh.
up to circle the castle and kind of like peek in at windows.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, it might be worth noting. I also have not a familiar, but a steel defender.
Much cooler.
Yes, she's a squirrel made of steel plate
Oh, heck
and
yeah.
also tied together with hemp. and her name is Hex.
Amazing. And how does she present on you?
She's a wheeled creature, so she wheels around right next to me. She's not particularly dexterous.
So discreet.
But yeah, she's not discreet at all. But I have her dressed in what I thought might help her, which is a blend of a shirt of gingham and a skirt of paisley.
Wow.
Yes.
That is visually taxing to look at.
Yes.
Yeah.
My third eye. But this isn't the only sort of construct that you see here. Other people wealthily have sort of symbols of their wealth in perhaps a monkey that is clanging cymbals or
Cute.
something like that, or a cat that seems to move by but seems to be made of a wood. They stay close to their people. And you can see that there are very important people that are here from each of the factions. So one of the things in the box is that we've got these cards with some artwork of these leaders. I'm going to start passing them so that you can take a look at them. We've got the president of the union, President Hala, and she's expecting.
Ooh.
Holla.
Oh, she's cute. She's cute.
Oh, yes.
If you want to give a description there, Carlos.
I just said holla.
Yep.
Does that
yes.
count?
Holla at your girl. At your friend.
Does that count? Holla. She's got her hand on her hip or her back, maybe because she's pregnant, and she hand on the stomach and has a corsety thing on, maybe.
This is so good.
exactly
Describe the clothing with all of your sartorial knowledge.
She's just like looking off in the distance. I don't know what she's looking at.
Well, she might be looking over at the pontiff. And
Ooh.
Oh, all right.
That's all
this
you.
person, people are giving them
Okay.
like a wide berth as well, but there are several people of the cloth that are around them.
Yes, he is dressed in, I would
Do
say.
you want to show it in the dice?
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
smart.
He's dressed in meager robes with symbols on them of a sun and a moon, and then a justice. Yeah, they don't look particularly shiny or anything.
Fair.
Yeah, they're made of muslin or something, tied with a rope. Got a real sexy goatee going on too.
Nice.
Hey.
Well, speaking of sexy, we've got the queen of the syndicate over
Ooh.
here.
And she knows
Oh, she's a
it.
cutie. Go,
She knows
go,
it.
go
Yeah.
off. She's
I
wearing
think it's your
fancy
turn,
heels.
Aabria.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
going on?
Okay. Queen Fizzoff is posted in the cut. I'll put it in. She's wearing she's giving 80s pantsuit. She's got high fantasy heels, legs crossed, arms folded gently in her lap, a smirk that says, "I wish a bitch would."
Yes.
And then the Golden Dynasty, we've got King Udon that's around in those robes.
Oh, he's cute. He's cute.
Brought his own
yeah.
crown.
Oh, he knows how to party.
What's he doing with his hand?
Why don't you tell us?
Yeah.
You tell us.
Well, he definitely looks like he got into the wardrobe department, and he's just been drinking a lot. He's been drinking all day. He's man spreading on the subway. He's got his ale above his head and his crown. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's kicking it.
So all of these are the different leaders or representation of the different factions. There's also the representation of the castle that you're in right now in Prince Eleran. See him there. And next to the king himself is
Yeah.
the Viscount.
Oh, amazing.
Okay, nothing really of note for Prince Dontus Ellerin except one
Dashing.
thing that I'll say. Yeah, dashing. And codpiece.
There is a codpiece.
Codpiece.
I didn't notice.
Big old codpiece.
Okay, I know you say dashing here, but Viscount follow Keith
Yep.
What is it?
Yeah.
Virosian, I can't say.
Verosian. Yeah.
Verosian.
Verosian?
Viriosan?
Viscount.
I can't speak today, but truly, he's just so cute. He's giving Silver Fox.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's
This
doing
is-
the Loki power
this is-
pose.
Yes, he is.
He's giving, what was that, Abraham Lincoln?
scepter.
The Lincoln
Yeah.
Memorial.
Yeah, but Lincoln Memorial, but posted up.
Yeah.
And talk about man spreading.
Viriosan.
These are the main representation that you see walking around with their sort of groups, their attachés, their guards. They're milling about, they're having their conversations, and King Serviel stops all of it to give a rousing speech. as you all start to look for your seats as well, as this is a banquet. So as we look for that speech, can you tell me where on the table are you positioning yourselves? There's a huge banquet table within this hall.
Do we want to stay together?
Oh, I don't think so.
I think we should like spread out right now and then maybe like group back. Although I don't want to leave you guys. I mean,
I think
So much.
I know. I think we should just so that we don't get tagged together, so that too many people
that's
don't
true.
see us together. We
That's
are just
fair.
meant to be common guests.
Common.
So you're spread out throughout.
I'm gonna go hang out
Yes.
with these farmers over here.
Ooh,
Nice.
smart.
So we've got the speech from the king.
Oh,
And
the
we can
king's
get going.
speech.
Here we go.
Esteemed guests, I announce King Serbia of House Aliran, King of Ayawatha, Lord of the Watch and Protector of the city.
Monarchs, nobles, and friends, you've once again roused yourselves from the comfort of your homes and towers to meet at our weekly banquet. Though some of you are more happy to be here than others. I welcome you to my home and the seat of the Aliran family. As is tradition, I offer you safety and comfort within my halls. If I can offer you aid or succor, then it shall be done. And now, with the formalities out of the way, while my halls may not be as rich as the Golden Dynasty, nor as ostentatious as the Pontifex, or as raucous as the Syndicate, or as charmingly humble as the Unions, I hope nonetheless that you might find enjoyment, entertainment, and good food tonight, and that we can come together in a rare respite of our worries. Our troubles are many, true. But I want you to know that I am truly grateful for your presence here this evening, as well as every other night that we gather as one. Our city is a wonderful testament to our achievements and the bonds that we have forged. I mean, look at us! We've outlasted Stormhaunt, survived to see the end of the immortal fallen king, and stood strong against the constant, inevitable encroachment of the fierce wilderness which surrounds us. No one can look down upon our city. No one stands as strong as we. So let us wine and dine, let us talk and toast, and let none say that House Aliran lacks in hospitality, fortune, and cheer.
Stays up on his sort of throned area at the head of the table with the prince next to him and the viscount up there as well. But each of you have stationed yourselves around on this dining table, and we're going to eavesdrop in on a couple of conversations that you can hear from some of the other leaders, so you can get some clues about what's going on here tonight. So, first of all, let's check in with Stray.
Yeah.
If you were to be next to or listening in on two of those characters, which two do you think you want to hear a conversation from? You can feel free to choose the cards and look through them and let me know which ones.
I think it's definitely hovering around Pontiff Gao.
The pontiff from the church.
Yeah, I think I would be trying to split the difference between Pontiff Gao and King Udon. Like, I want to look close to the contingent of the Golden Dynasty without looking like
Yes.
so deep in the cut that everyone would be like, wait, I'm so sorry, who are you again?
Yeah.
And skirting near the pontiff because I'm assuming that like religious figures might find what the Golden Dynasty does vaguely distasteful, so they wouldn't necessarily think to know who I am.
Interesting. So yeah, you are able to find them, the King Udon of the Golden Dynasty, and then the pontiff who is there, and you can see that the conversation that they're having, while you're able to listen in, it does seem to be based off of money. That there's some sort of like jabbing going on verbally. We can listen in on that conversation, I think.
I see you're dressed in your finest for the evening. All that money could be spent to feed the masses, yet it's hoarded in a room like this. You know, the gods will judge us the same, no matter the weight of our purse.
Funny that you bring up money when you seem fine spending so much on your new inquisitors. Tell me, how much did it cost to outfit a division of soldiers? How much is the cost of the blood they spill.
Well, the work will get done, regardless of any setbacks that may come our way. The gods look out for their children, and their wrath will swiftly strike down those who would work against them. I'd be careful, if I were you, not to stand in our way.
I love this. Also, I think Stray is getting lost in the sauce and it's just like very pro King Udon. Like, yeah, don't talk to my king. Like, I've been here for 12 minutes, but I'm so on fire for what's happening here.
You've already invested some
Yeah,
time.
100%.
Great. So we'll move down the table. Nordy, you can choose of those characters again, but which two characters would you like to hear a conversation from?
I think I like these poised people. So I think the prince and both and Queen Terrace Fizzoff.
Okay, so we've got the Queen of the Syndicate, Queen Terrace, and then the Prince.
Yes, and the main thing that I think I'm really good at is looking like not a threat. And these people are pretty spindly, it seems. You know, like other people might be frightened of them, but because I'm such not a threat, I'm just a big old softy. I think I could approach very closely without sparking their interest.
I wonder if the Queen is talking to the Prince. That combination may not exist.
Ooh, I picked a dicey boy.
Yeah, she's not having it.
Okay.
But she might be talking to other people.
Maybe she's talking to the Viscount.
Yeah. We can do the Queen and the Viscount.
Okay, that's what I want then. And I always wanted that. That was a test. The first one was a test.
Yeah, no, they were sitting together, so they're gonna talk. They're a lot closer.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like there seems to be some sort of.
You look as wonderful as ever, my queen.
Always the charmer, Viscount. However, your liege already tried his hand, and I rejected him all the same.
That old man couldn't charm a rat if he was made of cheese.
You'd be quite surprised. I found that humor often ages like fine wine.
And he has had quite a while to ferment.
So they're both sort of talking about the king behind his back.
Yes, and he proposed and she said no. You got it.
And then Lorgrax, who are you listening in on? Which pair?
Oh, could it be any of these?
Yeah. Well, almost
Except for that's the one you picked.
Don't do the
They
Queen
may
of the
not
Prince.
associate with each other, so there's no conversation to listen to.
I think he definitely wants to hear what President Hala is saying.
Oh,
And-
also,
yeah.
I'll hand these Sharpies over to you. These cards on the back also have little places for you to take notes about.
Oh.
my goodness.
Okay.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write down was proposed to and said no.
Yeah, whatever you
Refused
think is
proposal.
important.
So I want to know who is from the Golden Dynasty that's on here?
King Udon.
Yeah, so King Udon and
Yeah.
President Hala.
Oh, great. So we've got the King Udon of the Golden Dynasty and
Yeah.
President Hala of the Union, I believe. You can see that the president throughout this whole thing, besides being president, or being pregnant rather, seems just already haggard and sort of not at ease. She seems to be really fighting for her place here, and you can sort of hear that over this conversation.
Ooh.
We are being squeezed on all sides here. The Illyrians are taxing us to death. The so-called fees for our protection are almost as lethal as bandits or the wilds. We cannot continue like this much longer. Something must be done. Even a change in the repayment terms.
Times are tough for everyone right now, but a loan is a loan. If you're planning on defaulting, we could always take some of your assets as payment. Perhaps the new vineyard near the south gate? Our customers are always looking for a new vintage.
You're all the bleed insane. Do you have no compassion?
What I have is an investment that needs to bear fruit. I'd expect someone of your profession to understand that.
Let me be clear. I'm so glad I didn't hear that because I would have not liked Udon. I didn't listen, so I think he's great.
This guy's kind of a jerk.
I don't think so.
I'm bad with puns.
Actually, as that conversation sort of concludes, you can see that the president is even more agitated, and she has moved on from conversation to conversation. You can see she's hitting this wall against all of the other representatives, that they're just not hearing what she's saying. And finally, She stands up after this banquet, and everybody sort of stilly calms down, and we have the president's speech happening.
Look at yourselves! Fools all! You so-called monarchs sit in your halls, gorging on the food that we sow, quaffing the drinks that we brew. And you think you're somehow better than we? What would you lot do if we stopped filling your plates? How many nights of starving in your ivory towers would it take before you come back crawling? You've always overlooked us and overestimated your own middle in importance. Even Serviel, who fought so hard for our seat at the table. Why? So we can be placated while you tax us to starvation? Will you think so highly of yourselves as you're struggling to feed your own families? Maybe it's time you've had a taste of our pain.
She storms out.
She leaves. Not on my watch.
Oh, really?
Let's go get her.
You're going to follow the president now?
I'm going to follow her.
So it doesn't seem like anybody else in the party has been moved enough to sort of care about her. Or
Wow.
Everybody just
How
sort of-
cold is ice.
Yeah.
I definitely lean into Udon like, the armor's right. I'm in it.
Yeah. In your corner, like,
Yeah.
so dramatic.
They're only.
It's all the sun.
Yeah.
But she does exit, so Nori,
Yes.
you're going to take off after her?
Yes, me and my squirrel.
And the squirrel. Okay. The people that are remaining, for Lorgrax and Stray, you both, after this speech, you see everybody sort of goes back to their conversations, food begins coming out, but you might see something else. So I need both of you to make perception checks for me.
Amazing.
What?
So we can go right here.
These cards are cool.
Perception, a thing I'm not good at. Okay, that's... Oh, a 19!
Oh, wow.
Minus
Wow.
1 for 18.
You got there.
14.
A 14? Good enough. We're going to have this argument played as well. We have the Viscount, who seems to be tensely talking under his breath with the king. Again, the Viscount is sort of an advisor role to the king, so there seems to be something going on between them.
Serviel?
King Serviel,
Yeah.
And so you're both able to attune your ears to this conversation and hear what's going on.
I've done my part and spoken to the other monarchs. Unsurprisingly, they're all unhappy with you. The Pontiff isn't going to back down with the Inquisitors, and perhaps they shouldn't. The Golden Dynasty is weighing the possibility of backing out entirely. The Arcadian Union is predictably upset and working themselves into another revolution. The Syndicate is laughing at the chaos that their overreach has caused. And while they're laughing, you should be worried.
We've been through this before, my friend. These are necessary steps to ensure the peace holds. The tensions will blow over, and when they do, we'll all be better for it.
You can only pull a string so taut before it snaps, my liege. I assure you that we haven't been in this position before.
Calm yourself, Falketh. You're acting like we're on the brink of war. I'm not concerned about it.
Maybe you should be. If you're so blind that you can't see that, then maybe you've outgrown your seat.
You're able to catch that little tidbit that's happening amongst the hubbub within the banquet. Outside the gates, you can see the president is exhausted. She is burnt out, and she is now perched herself, leaning up against one of the stone columns that make up the architecture of this castle. She's taking a breath, panting, she's sweating, and she's just sort of centering herself from her speech.
Oh, hello, President. Lovely speech.
I'm not in the mood to talk at the moment.
No, but no one even applauded. I just was coming to tell you the words that you used were moving.
Well, hopefully it will move someone to action.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but what you're really looking for is money.
Make an insight check.
Oh, okay, insight. Let's do it. Ha 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 ha! Okay, so that's a 14 plus 2 is a 16.
Interesting. It does seem like her intentions are pure. The things that she said in her speech, that her people are starving, that even though they're farmers, they can't make the food for themselves because it all goes somewhere else, and that's not fair. Not only that, they're being taxed, and so that's the money that she's really after, not for personal wealth.
Got
or
it.
gain.
Got it. So, who's the baby daddy?
Well, you must know, we have a surrogate. It's myself and my wife. We're going to be raising it as our own, and I just want this child to grow up with food.
Right. Oh my gosh. Well, so you stormed out of there. You didn't hang around to let anyone even address you.
Well, yeah, I don't really like public speaking, even though I'm a president. And she's cut off at that moment because you hear the sounds of guards. It's unmistakable, the clanging of armor running down these hallways, and you hear, "Assassin! Assassin!
Dang it.
Assassin!" And then doors are being shut, windows are clanking down. But that's what you see from outside the banquet hall. Inside, the raucous party doesn't allow you to hear that warning in time. I'm going to make both of you do a perception check to see if you can see the guards starting to activate their panic.
11.
Ooh, very bad. 6.
Yeah, you don't catch anything except when it's too late. You hear the same call, "Assassin! Assassin!" And now you both see it as the whole party sees it. Up on a window, perched, a figure clad in white robes deftly leaps down onto the table directly in front of the king. You can see they have a scimitar behind them that is already covered in blood, and they reach into their belt to pull a smaller dagger out. You two have an instant. Are you going to do anything?
Oh my gosh, yes. What?
Yeah.
I will say also, Nordy, at this point you can follow like the attention from the guards. The president leaves your side.
Okay, but before she left, when they said assassin, she heard me say, "Dang it, I knew it." So she knew. She heard me say that.
Whatever that means.
Okay. Yes, I'm going to follow the guards.
You, however, do not make it in time to do anything, but you do see this happening. However, Stray?
What's my distance between myself and the assassin?
You were sitting at the table, so I'll say they're within 20 feet of you.
Great. I'm going to bonus action Misty Step.
Okay, where you go?
And interpose myself right in front of this assassin.
Okay, I will let you know through your analysis.
Let's go behind.
Because I was going to say, they're thrusting that.
Yeah. I'm not going to take this. Stray's not catching a stray. Not like this.
So you are able to activate your Misty Step ability. What does that look like at the table when this like plain Jane woman all of a sudden?
Oh, rude.
Your disguise.
I think there's something like a shattering of like an effect, like the magic breaks away like stained glass breaking through a window, and so the illusion of her shatters away, and you see just very briefly the pink and purple of Stray like disappearing and then reappearing suddenly behind this assassin as she goes to try to grab their hand.
That's the intention, is to grab the hand that's thrusting with the dagger.
Yeah.
Lorgrax.
How far am I from him?
I'd say you could also be within 20 feet.
Yeah, can I run up and use my shield to protect them? So they would gain disadvantage, or...
What is your... I don't think you're going to be quite quick.
Quick enough? It's already... That's what I figured.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you had a bonus action or anything that would take...
No. Okay, cool. Well,
Speaking is a bonus action. Crying out.
Crying! You should have just said it. Lorgrax starts crying. No! I already give up. Can I give up as a bonus action?
Already.
Great. Can I make a melee spell attack? Can I inflict wounds?
I will say you can try to get that spell off in time.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, is that a... Do I do a DC?
You can reach on a hit, roll a hit. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll to see if you hit.
Yeah.
And then go ahead and roll a grapple. So I'm going to do strength check.
Oh! Crit fail.
Oh no. I'm not good at grabbing. Would you want an athletics
So
check?
it's going to be against theirs, and
Yeah.
I don't think you really have a chance.
I
at
got
this
a
one.
10. My biggest goal would just to be to deflect so it doesn't strike true.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Parry,
I
parry the hand.
crit
Yeah.
failed, so can I just go back to my original plan of crying?
Yeah. So, several things happen at once. This assassin thrusts this dagger forward, and all of a sudden, Stray misty steps in this beautiful shattered glass way right behind them, and is able to sort of shove the arm that's thrusting this dagger a little out of the way, still clipping the king.
Yeah.
And it does sort of go up to the hilt, but in their like shoulder.
Cool.
So it's not a vital area or anything like that. This is enough for the assassin, though, to also take a couple of bonus actions.
Sure.
And you see them whirl around, not necessarily at you, but aiming at the prince as well. To take a
What?
So I'm going to say that there's going to be a quick exchange, and they're able to scrape, but not like plunge the dagger in to the prince's arm. And you see the prince cry out in pain, "No!" as he looks over at the king. The king, however, is standing there at the head of the table, this shoulder wound. I feel fine. Get this assassin! Get this! And then falls forward onto the table.
What?
Oh, poison.
Everybody has an action right now. The assassin, you can tell, is going to try to run away.
Yeah.
The king seems to be slumped over, still alive for now, on the table. The prince has been scratched with a dagger. Nordy, you're at the back door.
Yes.
You're able to get in there. There is chaos happening. The guards have erupted into action. All the faction leaders are trying to leave at the same time, and their people are trying to protect them as well. What would you like to do?
Oh, well, so how far away is the assassin? I think I'm going to try to get the assassin.
I'm going to say because you're at the back of the room, it's like 100 feet.
So it's very far. Okay. Then I mean I'm a bunch of feet away from everything. So I'm going to
You are.
I'm gonna send Hax, my little squirrel, roly-polying all the way, kind of. Yes, and she's got a speed of 40 feet, so she can get pretty far.
Yeah.
So 40 feet.
And if you want to double your movement, that can be the full action. So they take
for
off.
her,
Yeah.
80 feet. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's all she's gonna do. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna throw a dart at the assassin.
Okay.
Or yeah, I'm gonna just try to ping him.
Hold your roll for now.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to be
Yeah.
doing. And then for Stray, do you know what you're going to do?
My free action is going to be cussing out Cheryl, my bird that did not warn me at all about this.
Oh, yeah. Cheryl was sleeping on the job.
Very rude.
I will say, though, because you had Cheryl, like, out and sort of keeping an eye out, the something to keep in the back of your mind, this is very flashy for an assassin.
Yeah. You know what? I think in lieu of trying to stop whatever's happening here, so I'm like, I can figure, you're in a room full of people. What's your plan? The interaction with the prince and that little look over. Can I get an insight check on the like trifecta of what just went down right in front of me? Like,
Yeah.
did that feel like a play?
Yeah. So you're going to do an insight check, but hold your roll, and you have a roll held, and then we'll all roll at the same time. What's your action going to be?
Yeah, I think instantly he wants to jump into action, but he's trying to just be a little bit more chill.
Come on, main character. Let's go.
Like, so as adrenaline peaks up, he tries to react. He's like, that gets me nowhere, okay? Just need to, no one else is jumping in on this, and I want to take a look around everyone else. Like, I want to take note of what everyone else is doing in this moment.
Gotcha. I'll let you roll either insight or perception, whichever would be better for you. So let's go ahead and everybody's...
I'm running to an exit, basically where they would exit to like cut him off at
You
the
can
pass.
kind of see where Nordy is,
Yeah.
That's where people are heading. There's one main like double door entrance and exit into this place. There are other passageways like for cooks or anything like that to get through, or servants.
Yeah.
But that's the main exit that you see so far. Yeah, I'll have you roll either insight or perception, whichever one you want, and let's have everyone roll together.
So I'm going to change mine. I just realized I put my darts in the thing, but I do have catapult. So I'm going to catapult a wine goblet.
Like a tiny catapult? Pew.
Technically, yes, that is what it looks like, and it is a spell. So,
Cabernet Trebuchet.
Cabernet Trebuchet.
Put that on my gravestone.
Exactly.
Jeez.
Okay, so it's flying in.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll roll, and then how high the number is will determine what the order.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's fun.
Actually, yours is a spell save DC.
Okay, cool.
For dexterity,
And
12.
you're casting this on the assassin?
The assassin, yes.
They got an 18 on the die.
Dang.
So, nope. What did you get?
I got a 17.
A 17 versus, what did you get, Carlos?
15.
A 15. So 17 goes first. Your action was to...
that was an assassin that rocked up, did a thing, the king fell down. This feels fake, and it looks like, I don't know how to improv. Like, that's my instinct in this.
Well, the assassin, that was, what did you roll for? Was it insight again?
Yeah, insight.
Okay, so it seems like their move is to sort of parkour back up through the window that they came from.
Oh, I don't care about them leaving. I want to know, like, the interaction of like the assassin sort of missing, and the prince looked over and gave a weird look, and then the king fell down. That felt like...
With the 17, you can tell that the assassin's mission seems to have been accomplished, and they were trying to maybe go for extra, perhaps. Mm-hmm. This could also be partly staged. You can't quite discern from their intentions. But you do know that they're ready to leave, and they've sprung into action.
Got it, okay.
And then for yours, you did an insight or perception?
Insight.
Insight, and you were just trying to see...
As I head to the door, like I want to like clock people that are like leaving and like what they're doing.
The main representatives of each of the factions have been spirited away. The ones that are left are the valets, the attachés, things that are the guards that couldn't get out in time or have been left to see what's happening to tell them later. Expendable, essentially.
Yeah.
And you.
And me.
As I described as the intention, that's what's going to be happening. This white-robed figure, the hood fully up, manages to parkour their way up across a chandelier and out the window that they came in, leaving the son, the prince, to check on the king's body. And you can see in their face, it's too late. They got him. There's no pulse. And it seems like there are healers that rush in that belong to this castle. Each of them are wearing a golden mask that seems to denote their position as a healer as they start to take care of the body, essentially.
I think because I Misty Steps to get very close. Hi, I don't know how many people I've seen die, but I don't know if you die from one shot to the shoulder instantaneously. Do I have a chance to get in there and try to, like, even at a glance, give any sort of medicine check to be like, dead?
Give me medicine
from the shoulder
with advantage. Because of that.
Okay, 16 versus 8. These dice are very good. -1 for another 17.
17. Okay, so yes. You are able to get a good look as they are working on the king. They are shuffling people out, and you sort of get lost in the sea of it, but you manage to catch a glimpse as they turn the body over. There is the signs of poison around this shoulder wound. The dagger was removed from it, so you can see that it is quick acting.
The prince was hit too?
The prince seems to have been hit as well.
Okay.
And isn't dying?
And isn't dying.
Well, if I
will remind you though, as part of like mechanically, a poison dagger has essentially like one use.
Okay.
Before it's no longer as effective, sort of thing.
Okay. Gotcha.
So this sort of tracks with, especially because the dagger was plunged all the way to the hilt.
Yeah.
And out,
Okay.
that maybe there was an attempt to also get the prince that.
Since I was at the door, even though I did like launch a wine glass, did I clock the leaders leaving? Like the people,
Yes.
because I was right by the door.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
either have to go past me or.
Yep.
So Princess Hollow was gone, but it seems
The
like
president?
the Viscount and not
The
Princess,
Viscount is actually still in with the king because he's part of this faction.
and the Prince is still
The
here.
Prince is still there.
But we've got Udon, Fizoth, and Pontiff. They all left.
Yeah, the king of the Golden Dynasty, the queen of the syndicate, and the pontiff of the church. They've all been whisked away.
And I saw them leave.
Yes.
Okay.
They seemed genuinely terrified that they were the ones being assassinated.
Vibes.
Oh, I see. Okay.
They all thought the assassin was for them.
And by the way, I sent Cheryl down and is like doing a sweep and can speak with my voice. So I'm going to give you guys exactly what I saw up close since
Okay.
you're all kind of moving away to do other things.
Amazing.
So you're now up to speed.
Cheryl's like invasive. Like she's in my in my zone a little.
She doesn't
It's like-
have a
she's
lot
like,
of like, so if you're not giving her a place to land, she's in your grill like, hey, so he's poisoned. He's been poisoned. It's so bad.
Good. Thank you.
I like the idea that like she sounds like you, but like doesn't have the cadence of you.
Right.
Like it's more of a Siri like cadence.
Exactly.
So
She's frenetic.
as the surveying is happening, you also are being shuffled out by the guards, but you hear the prince's voice call out through tears. Wait! You three, you were brought here by my father, right? You were invited?
Yeah, we weren't supposed to.
At this point, it seems like it's like inside, like everybody
Okay,
here
we're
would
in
have
the
been
inner
in
sanctum.
on that.
Okay.
You were chosen. I'm next in line, and I'm not ready for this. You have to find out who did this. Please, I'm begging you.
Of course.
I can't trust any of the others. They all want to take the throne for themselves. There's suspicion enough for each of them, but as outsiders, I know you'll be impartial. Will you help us?
Of course,
I
yeah.
was such a big fan of your dad. You have no idea.
Oh, he's so cool. He has the best poster collection I've ever seen.
And also was a good king.
Oh yeah, that too.
He was my world.
I'm quite sorry.
They will get accommodations for you, and there will be an autopsy. I request your presence there, but rest until then.
Of course. Have you sent someone in pursuit of the assassin?
We are sending every guard that we can to try to chase them down.
Can I see your little ding there that you got?
You find that the apothecaries are actually already working on it.
Oh,
The
good.
healers, they have a salve on their on the wound, and then so they are able to shuffle you off into a room that seems to have been prepared for like guests. Not that you were necessarily staying here overnight, but it's comfortable enough to take a short rest.
Okay.
Is there anything you'd like to discuss beforehand? Otherwise, we can cut right to this autopsy that's going to be happening.
I mean, I think we have to debrief just a little bit.
Yeah.
What did you see? Where did you go?
Oh, I followed President Hella outside, and she's certifiably angry. Yeah, for sure. Also, she had a surrogate donor for her baby.
Okay,
and
interesting.
yeah. So she and her wife
That's
could
so
actually have a
progressive.
baby.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's
Happy
her.
Pride.
That's her deal. But, and I think it's like the motherhood angle of like taking care of her newborn child, but also her
Right.
people that they are being overlooked. They just don't have. They're taxed out their
Sure.
buttholes.
Yeah. Do you feel like maybe in that interaction you got anything like, and the reason we don't have enough money is because we spent a lot of money on an assassin to kill the
Ooh.
king?
Oh yeah. Did they mention an assassin at all?
No,
Did that come up?
No,
Did it come up?
Nothing like that. You know, when that happened, you know me. I'm just
Sure.
in the action.
Oh, yeah.
No,
and
you're very bought in very quickly.
she did abscond. She was like not in left. So that's about all I know about her.
I think during this conversation, I'm checking out where the assassin entered and exit.
So you actually don't have access to that area right
Oh,
now.
okay.
You're in your private quarters that were
Got-
prepared
oh,
for
we
you.
went into there. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There seems to be other like investigations that are happening
Yeah.
within there, but I would say you might not have enough time yet before they're coming to get you for the
Gotcha.
autopsy.
Gotcha.
Do you want to send Cheryl to go check it out?
You could.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
Sweet. Okay, we'll talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
Then I'm going to send Cheryl out, and I will use Voice of the Chain Master and perceive through Cheryl's senses, and we're going to do a little flyby. and try to give intel, and I'm just giving you like a live feed of whatever I see.
You have like serious guitar face when like.
Yeah. Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
So here's what I'm going to say is that Cheryl is unavailable to you for the next like sort of scene, but you'll be getting information steadily through there. And there is a rap at your door, and it seems like a sort of almost silent servant with that golden mask is there, gesturing for you to follow them.
Oh, hey, it's that mask guy. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, buddy, your mask. What color? Like, what color is his mask?
Gold.
Like, how do you get a gold mask around here?
They seem to ponder for a moment, and they say, through careful study and years of practice.
Oh man, that's pretty cool.
It was a good answer.
What's after the gold mask?
After?
Yes, do you level up?
Do you level up after gold?
You get the like rest of your face covered too.
Or is there like a
Top part.
stripe?
Or like a badge?
I was drinking.
A sticker?
I will consider it for the future, perhaps. Morale has been low.
Maybe like a
in the
garnish?
infirmary, but particularly now since the king is dead. Just follow me.
Yes,
Oh yeah, okay, cool. Right on.
Sorry, we couldn't really stop that.
Totally forgot about that.
As you make your way down towards the infirmary, you do notice on the air there's a scent of tea, and there seems to be sort of like a berry scent along with it.
Oh.
Yeah. But you do make your way into the infirmary, and the king's body. Thank you.
As he says the line, the king's body, and then says, thank you.
Is
Called out.
splayed out on an autopsy table, and it's no longer the king's body, but rather a corpse that is being studied and dissected. The apothecaries actually seem to be sort of closing up any sort of wounds that have been examined by them, and they seem to be open for any questions. Over in the corner, you see one of them particularly tending to the prince, who is there and sort of greets you in mourning as if hungover.
Yeah.
Good morning, and raises a mug of steaming tea.
How are you feeling?
Well, I've been better. I've been sick all morning, all since last night.
Right.
Actually, they gave me this tea as an antidote to a poison, which apparently had covered this dagger, and that's what took out the king. If you could please join me, you will notice,
Thank you.
as the apothecaries have told me, the antidote, as you can tell, smells of strawberries.
Thank you.
The poison, and you sort of get closer to the body, of course, is the nightshade that smells like mint. And you can actually smell that sort of wafting up strongly from this purple liquid that is still oozing out of the wound.
Oh, that's so cool.
You may have been near enough to been affected by even the fumes of this poison, so please drink with me.
Sure.
Oh, okay, all right.
Do we auto?
Are we doing it?
Yeah, do we? Can I just do one insight check just for?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Insight. Yeah.
I also would allow like a medicine for checking out like the medicinal properties of it, or survival nature for like cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I
Just
trust.
on you, I roll bad.
Just so you know, the prince is already drinking and has been.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Nice.
18.
7 and
18.
And I was inciting the prince's motives. He's
tea.
serving the tea.
Yeah. This, as far as you can tell, the prince does seem sick, sickly at least, and like almost hungover in a sense. So that sort of matches up with what he's saying, and greedily drinking down this tea. Of course, you notice that he's actively avoiding of the corpse that's on the table.
As we take this, my insight, I want to see what like other people in the room were thinking. Like if anyone like moved or twinged like as we started drinking.
No, there's no attention
Okay.
being paid to you. It's mostly these people in the golden masks that seem to be attending to both the prince and the corpse on the table. Yeah.
It's so nice. I love
The tea comes in the quest chest.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I also heard there was like a pizza antidote that we were supposed to get later. I heard there was like a pizza antidote somewhere.
Jelly
some sort of brownie point.
But the apothecaries that are attending to or the healers rather, that are attending to the corpse seem open to questions. I I assume that you're here to investigate. If you have any questions about what has happened.
Yes, well, what? He wasn't stabbed. Look, I don't spend a lot of time with poison, but what do you know of where a poison like this would even come from?
Well, I do. It's from the moonflower. That's what this is called. The blade itself must have been poisoned.
Okay. And that would explain why the prince was only minorly affected. How rare is this?
Extremely rare, as you see how deadly it is, of course, but sold at apothecaries.
Okay, well, maybe the prince in the future would do something about the availability.
Yeah, it's like you could
of
enact
incredibly
laws so not
bad
everyone could have access to
poison.
moonflowers and stuff like that.
Well,
what's the going rate? Because we know that there are some financial difficulties.
Oh yeah, that's a
with
good
certain
question.
factors.
That's a real good.
Expensive.
Yeah.
Well, we can kind of bump the farmers off the list.
Here's something I can do. I don't know if this would be useful, but would you describe the scent of the particular mint scent that the moonflower nightshade poison has?
You nailed it on the head. It smells strongly of mint. In fact, mint was outlawed for a bit because people were too afraid of accidentally
That's
being
fair.
slipped into ice cream.
Yeah, but also like you don't have to like ban mint. You could have banned moonflowers.
Yeah, it could be very
and
specific.
just like make that really come down hard.
Here's the thing, he's making a lot of really good points.
Yeah.
We were strong-armed by Big Mint.
So I pull an innocuous bottle, alchemy bottle from the. I'm sure there's something kind of innocuous that isn't really used, and I take it and I touch it, and you see me whisper to it and almost interrogate it, but persuade it, and all of a sudden I'm done, and I put the stoppers back in, and I say, "Does it smell a little bit like this?" And I have.
Is it moonflower like?
I've done my best to
imitate it.
Imitate it. Yes, it's not real, but does it smell like this?
Yes, I'd say you nailed it.
Perfect. And so I'm just going to keep this. This is just a scent that I have on my person.
Yeah.
And through
that's Artificer does that.
through Artificer, it can make a scent happen. And so I'm just going to keep this in my mind. I can transfer it to something else as well later on. But
Wow, your character just had that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, artificers are
so cool. Oh no, I'm cool. Play cool, me.
Whoopsies. I belong somewhere.
Oopsie.
Well, if you're quite finished with the autopsy, the prince chimes in from the back and they all sort of nod. We have a schedule to keep today. It sort of aligns with the people who may be suspicious, as my father had meetings with several of the leaders today. I shall go in their stead, and I ask that you come with me. We shall test the character of each of them and find out the motive behind this horrible thing.
A quick and terrible question, and
Yes.
apologies for being perhaps insensitive in your moment
Yeah.
of sorrow.
Oh, you're kind of laughing when you're saying this right now. So I need you.
Does everyone, do all of the factions know that the king has died?
Yes, everyone was there, saw the assassination.
They saw the assassination, but they might not have known if the king was
Oh.
maybe pulled through. And
I
I'm
see what-
so sorry what's
You
about to
bring-
happen here, and I'm going to immediately
Pick it up,
mask of
read
many
the one
faces
down.
turn into the king.
Oh, that is.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Little
Okay.
insensitive.
Can someone? I know. Can someone hug him really
Yeah,
quickly?
I'll give you a hug, buddy.
Thank you so much.
Get over
We'll kind
here.
of coach him through that moment.
What are you?
This isn't.
Right.
It's not your fault.
I will.
It's not your fault.
Okay, I'm
Unhand me.
going to switch back.
I will not have you besmirching my father's name with your shenanigans.
It's not a shenanigan. If you're as serious as you say you are about finding who did this, then I think a delightful little curveball would be the threat of a failure in an assassination. But we don't have to do that if we don't want to. You're clearly
I would
quite
say-
emotionally compromised. Monarchy is good, actually, probably.
My father was wise to choose you. You seem very capable.
I'm
But
balding again.
you're doing it as his father, though. It's like,
Could you stop? Could you
So
not?
it's like you're accepting the compliment that he's giving his
Oh yeah,
father.
if you need like a little therapy, a little closure, like, I do that a lot actually. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
This is real fresh. I don't know. I don't have
I
to
turn back into Stray. Like,
sit on that.
While this is happening, can I take a look at the body?
Yeah.
And what I'm looking for is like, are there other wounds anyplace else? Also, like, how deep was that cut?
Yeah. I'll just tell you without a check. The blade went as far as the hilt, and so it sort of went all the way through where it was. So it seems like a full wound.
Gotcha.
But it was the poison that did it.
And this is the only discoloration on his body.
Yeah, it does seem like it spread
Yeah.
into the system.
Gotcha.
Quickly.
This is from before, but did y'all get a sense of? I was further away. Did y'all get a sense of if the
where's the
assassin?
voice?
Sorry. And we're back.
Wait, what happened there?
Did you get a sense of if the assassin's figure leaned a certain gender?
Oh.
I would never presume to know. But okay, I'm gonna do the thing again. I'm so sorry. Please get over me constantly turning.
I'll close my eyes.
No, I do my best to turn into a reasonable assumption of the assassin because I was in like melee with them. So like, whatever guesses we can make off
That
of
is
this.
so cool.
I'm gonna make this a roll.
I just turn in a little circle.
And I think I'll give you either, whichever one's better, either a deception or performance, whichever one you want.
Deception.
Oh, they're both charisma, but whatever.
Yeah.
I need you to act just like the assassin, though.
Yeah.
And not really. You were throwing it back for a second.
I was. They seemed very twerk forward, and I don't know if I just made that. Yeah, it's a 16.
16.
And I just kind of do little body rolls. I go,
Yeah.
I'm an assassin. Here's my little dagger.
Yeah. You're able
Assassin strip club.
The creed is get down.
Now coming out, assassin number 4.
So much. Yeah, I think I know exactly who it was.
And her name is Destiny.
So, I will say, you're able to approximate a form of what you saw, and again, you were very close and intimate, and even grabbed the arm at one point. But you weren't able to determine like a gender or anything like that. But you could give a relative size of them.
About yo.
Yeah. Oh, you're showing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't quite seem to line up with any of the faction leaders as if they themselves were the assassin, and it doesn't seem to click in that way.
Okay, that was the I think that is very helpful.
Right. But keeping in mind, I can't be the only person in the world that can disguise themselves. So.
No, but you are the one to find the keenest disguises to just needle in.
Sorry. It's a bad day for you.
Can we stop the?
I like to think that it's the father under the assassin post. This is a bad thing for you.
Oh my God.
Stop.
Mission Impossible again. You really got you're gonna be the king now, correct? So you've got to toughen up.
Well,
You've got a lot of problems in your community.
speaking of my community, this is where we will be headed. And he hands over a golden seal.
I don't like being handed things.
Would you like to open it?
No,
this
crack
time?
it.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It is the seal. It is the Ellerin seal,
Correct.
which is a shield.
Yeah.
Didn't really stop. No, too soon.
Woof.
Oh, I hope I don't. Oh no. Okay.
And go ahead and
You want my
describe,
tiny knife?
I think I got it. Okay. Perfect.
what you have in your hands.
Oh, this is an Ayawathan map with about 17 locations.
Yeah, if you want to put it in the dice.
My
tray.
gosh, this is intricate.
So,
I can weigh it down with a heavy boy.
yeah. Each of those locations has a little blurb or encounter or something like that. And we will get to investigating, so you'll be able to choose where you'd like to go and to look. But for now, the prince sort of spreads this map out in front of you and says, "We will be making some definite stops. I must attend to King Udon over in the Golden Dynasty. My father had arrangements with each of these leaders, and I need to be sure that they will honor these agreements and not change it because he's no longer here."
Oh yes, he was the crux of the alliance.
Yes.
And you must be that crux now.
Yes, I must.
Wait, is the expectation that you have to go to them?
Well, that's what was scheduled with my father. I'm simply taking his place.
Okay.
But they will all be returning here after a few days. We will be returning to a banquet where you will reveal who did this horrible thing. They don't know this yet.
Whoa.
Is this another weekly banquet, or is this going to be sooner?
I've heard the missives from each of the factions. They want to come back as soon as possible to find out what has happened. And so in honor of my father, you will be having a banquet here.
Understood.
Ooh.
Let me know when you are ready, and we will make haste to depart for the bank.
All right.
And we're coming with you?
Please. Along with, and he looks over, and unbeknownst to you in the shadows, the Viscount.
God,
Sort of, appears.
What?
I've always been here.
Oh, God.
Interesting. Your vibe was at the party quite cute, and now less so.
This is what I sounded.
Oh, God.
Yeah, sure.
That voice is freaking horrible.
Honestly, I walk around with this all the time, and that's actually the worst thing.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But I wholeheartedly agree with you. The prince needs to man up, as it were, especially if I'm going to be following him as a ruler.
What?
What do you mean? Oh, because you're like an advisor.
Yes.
Cool. I didn't like the gendered way you put that, but
I don't like
I
it
do
at
like
all.
anyone that agrees with me. So
Sorry.
Yes,
Needs
it's
to pussy up.
Whoa, jeez. Okay.
I'm
what?
back on board.
I
Okay.
prefer sack up.
Sure.
It is gendered as well, but also
Hi, my name is Stray.
The Viscount. You can call me the Viscount.
Okay. Whatever. That's kind of weird.
honestly,
It's a flex. Hey, you guys want to do brunch?
This is serious.
I'm on top of the body.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, no, I'm so sorry.
Really quick, can I make an insight check? I have a special skill of just
Yeah,
sort
you
of
do.
knowing, the last thing, like when your ex broke up with you, like the flaw.
Yes, this is a special skill that Stray has.
Yeah.
And it's sort of your parlor trick that you
Yeah.
pull out. I'm going to have you roll with advantage on this special insight check, and let's see what juicy details you get about the Viscount's love life.
15 versus 6. So, insight, always a negative.
Sure.
14.
14's gonna. So remind me again the specific. It's
It's
the last
what your
thing.
ex said to you was your flaw as you broke up with them.
So you get this flash as you just look into the Viscount's eyes, and you see almost as if a vision. You just hear a rich voice tumbling through your brain, hurt, broken. I thought you'd be better.
oh,
That's all you hear.
Stray scream laughs and then walks out the room.
Wait, someone told him that?
That's what it seems like.
That's what someone told him?
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Yeah, the Viscount's ex said, I thought you'd be better.
I thought you'd be better.
That's so good.
That's deep.
Do you tell us?
No, I mean, when we all go, we all have to go now. and
Yeah.
we're going to walk over here. Yeah, of course.
Oh my God, that's
I'm a
so
horrible gossip.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So the Viscount and the Prince have left, and you're. I'm going to say you make your way back to your quarters that you can grab any equipment or anything. Your weapons have been returned to you. Anything that you want to prepare before you head down into it, as well as Cheryl shows up.
Yeah.
And in Cheryl's beak, there is something interesting. A small scrap of white fabric.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god!
So
Cheryl!
there is, much like the flash of the vision you got with the Viscount, you get sort of the memories that come from Cheryl, who spent the time swooping around the castle and found there seems to have been a way for the assassin to get in. Things were left open. But as the assassin was climbing out of the window on one of the sharp turrets, this piece of cloth was left. And now Cheryl has managed to bring it back to you.
Okay, I convey all of that. I say, good job, Cheryl Raven. I'm proud of you.
There must be something my little artificer can do to investigate this. I wish there was something of no object history.
Interesting.
I don't know that I have that though.
But you'll hold on to this for now.
Yes, I shall.
Lograx,
What
just
up?
quick question.
Lay it on me.
So the last time you were in a relationship, like if your partner told you, I thought you would be better, like what do you think that is?
In what context? Are we talking like at the mall or like in bed?
No, like, see, that's the question.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
Was it a sort of like, I wish you'd make better decisions for your people because he is an advisor? Or is he just absolute trash in the sack?
Or just like maybe he thought he was like a really good cook and it's something really small like that. Like, I thought you'd be better.
But like misunderestimate. Like I think it shows callousness in any direction. But like,
was there extra context?
No, I don't really have a context.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So he could be like a bad person.
You heard how he sounded. I don't trust anyone with a weird voice.
What? I mean, and it's so messed up. I'd be so embarrassed if I was him.
Right.
But some people can be good at business and bad in love.
That's true.
That's fair.
So he could just be a bad lover, not necessarily even in the sack, just emotionally unavailable.
Yeah,
and still be a fundamentally good Viscount.
For sure.
I'm surprised at how many times you've said sack here today.
Put it on the sack tally. Thank you so much.
Sack tally.
Oh my goodness.
So if there's anything else that you want to do to prepare, otherwise I'm going to assume that you're going to make your way to the carriage that is ready for you.
So I think I would want to talk about and try to figure out who has access to, like you said, the window was open, right?
That's what Cheryl gleaned.
Yeah, so who would have access to, that's something that would have to be open from the inside, right?
Maybe, but as you recall, every member of the factions was there.
Gotcha.
So you make your way down to this carriage, and it is ornately done. Of course, this is like for the Elrond family to show off as it moves throughout the different districts and the factions. There's definitely enough space for the prince and the viscount on one side of the carriage, and then it's like a stretch limo style where there's a bunch of space, and then the three of you on the other side. The conversations between them seem very tense, but as you would expect. But you see the same sort of attitude of the Viscounts pushing the prince to be more princely. You need to step up, and you need to you can't let the other factions bully us out of power, right? Because they're going to want to take over the armies, they're going to want to take over the guards, everything like that. So that's what you get on the way there.
On the way, also, I'm going to reveal that I am going to pop the cork and allow the mint scent to just come out, be hidden in my cloak, just to see if anyone, as we visit Udon as well, if anyone is clocking that. So it's a similar tactic.
Clarify, are you doing this outside, or are you opening in the carriage itself to see if the prince and the viscount react?
I think I'll do it to see if they react first, and if nothing happens, then I'll let them in on the secret.
I won't even roll for this. The prince turns white as a sheet and is like, that smell. Where is it? And the Viscount actually looks like he's springing into action too.
Oh, okay, sorry. It was bad.
It was
bad the first time. No, guys, it's a magic. It's just a little.
You poisoned the king.
No, hold on.
And then we stayed here the whole time helping solve the crime.
Yes, we're hiding in plain sight. We're good at investigating.
Well, when you say it like that, I don't know to trust you or not.
No, listen, it's a thing. It's a thing I can do. Watch this. It doesn't smell anymore, and now it does.
Well, do you have magic here? What's the deal?
What a dangerous scent to just have happen.
Guys, there's cows outside that I can see.
I wanted to see what your reaction was. I got it. It was a good reaction.
Scared?
Yes, absolutely. And again, sorry, we're both triggering the prince.
The prince is triggered.
Yeah. Okay. I will be doing this trick as we visit the other people to see what their reactions are. So get that trigger on lock because it's happening again.
Right.
Lorgrex is taking note of the help, people the person.
You have been left inside the carriage sort of alone, but there's someone driving. They haven't had a chance to react quicker than the two in the carriage.
Gotcha. I just, not even for this event, just in general, they're all wearing masks, right?
No, just the healers.
Just the healers wear masks.
Everyone else is sort of helmeted as guards or
Gotcha.
soldiers.
Okay, cool.
And you make your way across the province, and it does seem relatively peaceful. There is a sense of mourning as you pass from this faction into the Golden Dynasty. And the carriage stops at a large central bank, and they tell you to enter. There seems to be a group of people in matching robes that come out, and they are filing out in two lines, ready to greet you and welcome you in. And they step out, and you can see the Viscount says one more thing to the prince of like, all right, just like we practiced, you do not back down. And the prince sort of, as long as no one has mint, I think I should be okay.
Or it looks like your dad.
Or it looks like your dad. Just as we've practiced. And then they motion for the three of you to follow along behind. You enter into a grand hall. There are large stone columns. People in these fine robes are conversing, and some not in robes that are patrons of the bank that are there for business. You see Udon, the king of the Golden Dynasty.
Yeah, my guy.
In no longer gold this time, but a silver. But since the around the bank is already golden furnished, it does reflect gold anyway.
Wow.
He still has this jovial, jaunty crown that he seems to have given himself as he welcomes you in. Come on, we're going into the special room for the bank. And he pulls out a ring of keys.
Is this guy already drunk?
I love him.
It's so early.
Those of us from the gold. Okay, sorry, I am a little lost in this. Yesterday.
I do have to tell you, as you're walking and talking, I do mourn the loss of the king, and I am surprised that we have kept this meeting. And the prince sort of course we would. I am the Prince Regent now, and we have to keep things going.
Of course.
Do any of you do anything as you make your way into the room?
I pop the cork of the mint.
Ooh. Yeah, I guess you can like.
Can I do like a perception and like kind of take note of? I guess we didn't do any damage to this assassin guy.
I pushed their hand a little bit.
And I launched a wine goblet at him, her, they, and them, and nothing happened. But dodged a little too easily.
I want to. So, is there any? His staff is all around. Is his staff around?
They've
or
left
like,
you to it. He's ushered you into this back sort of conference room that is, again, cold and marbled. There are gold accents. It's very chic, and everything seems to be reflected. Even the voices that boom out seem to carry a weighty echo as it bounces back into your ears. And he sets you all down in chairs that have been sort of set out for you. I'm surprised also that you would like to continue this deal. I mean, you're not your father, and so I figured we could renegotiate, maybe just forget this thing altogether. The prince sort of, and that's when the Viscount cuts him off.
Yes.
You will honor your agreements. This is the Prince Regent. How dare you suggest such a thing?
The King Udon now looks over at the three of you. I'm going to give you a test right now. How intimidating are you presenting yourself? Are you trying to scare the king into following through in the deal because you're there to protect the prince? Or are you like on his side trying to persuade him? How would you like to present as a party?
I've got a terrible thing that I think Stray would want to do, but I don't want to like put that on everyone. I think the phrase "like we practiced" has been circling around in Stray's head because in the like subsequent hours since the death of the king, like that's not enough time to practice. You're mourning, you're like figuring out what to do and how to be and getting and collecting yourself. So in Stray's mind, that speaks to like larger efforts of getting the prince ready to take over. Now for a king that didn't seem like he was on death's door to begin with, that is suspicious. So Stray's plan is to do whatever it takes to stress out the prince more so that the Viscount has to get spun up. I want to know more about the relationship between them.
You can't handle the truth moment.
Exactly. So I'm going to needle the prince and bolster Udon.
I am with you. I love it very much. So that sounds awesome. I guess the way that's gonna appear to me is I'm just gonna be over next to you, smelling of mint.
Yeah,
that's intimidating.
Yeah.
I think.
Lorgrax would
be intimidating.
He's naturally intimidating, but he's trying to change his ways. So I think he would try to be a little bit more persuasive and be a little bit more of like kind of like a yes man, hype man to Udon. Just be like, oh yeah, you gotta do that.
Yeah,
Like,
what if
oh,
we all,
like you're
what if we
so
all
excited.
like
Yeah.
walk, like physically walk across the table and like turn our like walk, like here we are, here's the table, and we all walk around and side next to Udon and like leer at the prince at the.
Now I remind you, you've been hired by the prince.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like sort of you're there.
But we could say that the king hired us to make sure that like.
Oh, so you're intimidating Udon by being behind him.
No.
Oh.
No, that we could tell the prince and
Tough love.
Buttface, like the king hired us to make sure that you enact his, like we're spies, yes, and
Sure.
because he knew that things might happen, that he wanted his will to be made past death, and
Gotcha.
it seemed as though the Viscount is taking liberties with that.
So you want to do intimidation on the Viscount, essentially.
I'm posing this. I don't know
Gotcha.
that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I do want to present as a group.
Yeah, I think my character is trying to do more of a good cop, bad cop to Udon. Like, just
so I'm
like.
hearing persuasion.
Yeah, trying to like put him at ease, like let them be the bad guys, and like, because if he feels comfortable, that's when he'll start like oversharing. I
Gotcha.
think that's kind of what he's going for.
Persuasion, intimidation, and
I'm deception because I want to
Deception.
try to play both sides. Question:
Yeah.
Is it known by like Udon what we're doing there?
it seems like the agreements that the king had with the bank, they're just supposed to be going, continuing on.
Right.
This meeting maybe was to redraw some of those lines, renegotiate some things originally, and the prince is not having it. The prince just wants things to be as they were.
I think we're all kind of doing the same thing, though, where we're just trying to heighten this argument.
Exactly. We're just trying to like turned up.
Yeah, we're not trying to solve anything. We're trying to heighten it.
100%.
No, sorry. This is. But are we wearing like the sigil? Like, did they give us a cape or anything that is
unless you
like a
took
princely?
something, you could
Okay.
have.
No, we're just very clearly in the entourage.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You were the
Okay.
only one sort of let in. So go
yeah.
ahead and make the rolls that you declared, and
Okay,
then we'll see what
intimidation.
happens.
Buh. What a horrifying.
Oh no.
I'm so good at deception.
Oh no. A 7.
7.
Oof, a 12 for deception.
12 for
17 for persuasion.
Okay. So with that persuasion, I think that's going to go first in swaying Udon. He takes what the princess said into consideration and says, I don't want to spoil our relationship, of course.
He doesn't want to spoil the relationship, guys.
Interesting.
And we don't want to continue paying these taxes at the rate that we do.
Who can afford that?
We'll see. And then you see the prince chime in as sort of backing, as he sees this getting heightened, and he's losing control of the situation. Well, we'll see how well you can protect the money when the guards aren't here. Everybody needs protection, and it's getting more and more dangerous out here.
Correct.
My father was murdered.
You're right, and the prince makes some very good points. I think that maybe a new. What if we look with fresher eyes? Now, why don't you go ahead and tell me what the previous plan was? And if it sounds unreasonable, we can kind of go through point by point.
Oh, I bet we're going to find it real reasonable, though.
Who could say? And I'm just staring down the Viscount this whole time.
The Viscount says, listen, we are here to at least keep the agreement with the king, if not make it...
Temper. We are here to have a conversation.
You are guests in my house!
Interesting. I believe it's the Prince Regent's house, but thank you so much.
The Prince Regent, and the Viscount, huffs out of the room.
This guy's definitely a snake in disguise, right, guys? Like,
What
definitely a snake.
disguise?
He's definitely
I don't know. I think we saw all of the cards on the table.
With that being said, with the Viscount sort of being huffed out of the room, the Prince again says, we should just... We will continue the negotiations at a reasonable rate at a different time. And slowly turns out, King Udon looks over to you and sort of gives you a grateful, thanks. And then flips a coin over to you.
Wow!
You want to go ahead and put that in the...
No, I want to keep it.
It is a square.
Owed, fortune gained. This slaps. Hey guys, I'm stealing that. That's coming home with me.
That's amazing.
But You're able to make your
Also
way.
got a a raven on it. which is-
Cheryl! Cheryl!
Like a Pokemon.
Cheryl!
Sort of defeated, the two of them make their way back to the carriage, and you are able to, without any other huff from the Viscount or the Prince, make your way back into the carriage as well.
Before we get there,
Yeah.
can we just... Okay, so we think the Viscount's the problem here, right?
Yeah.
Didn't you say you overheard something, a conversation between the Viscount and the Queen?
I
Queen
didn't.
Vizov?
I didn't think I heard that one.
I
heard that,
I
correct?
heard it was gonna be the who was
Yeah,
it?
it was the Viscount.
It was the Viscount. Yeah, yes, it was.
Those two had denied.
And so he thought the king was over fermented, overripe, and he actually the king had proposed to the queen. She said no, but she was entertaining thoughts of maybe perhaps being with the Viscount, and so they might both be lobbying to have the full monarchy on their side. But she didn't say yay or nay to him, really. But it seems like she's playing her options. But the Viscount is dead set on having her as his partner.
Well, that's very interesting. So when an advisor seeks to make a move like securing a queen to his side, I don't think that's a person that plans on being a Viscount for very long.
No, he definitely has he has ambitious ambitions.
Yes, the Viscount has a lean and hungry look about him. I don't trust him at all. I think our prince is weak.
I would like to get the prince. Who knows who the prince could be without the shelter of this Viscount? It seems like the Viscount has his talons in deep, and I would like to hear what the prince actually thinks. If he does think the bank deal is fair right now, or maybe it could use some tweaking. Because I think we're in the machinations of an intense ray of absolute dread of Viscountness.
That's neat. As you discuss your theories, this is the perfect time for you at home to discuss your theories as well, as we're going to take a short 10-minute break. When we come back, we will see the other factions, do some more investigating, and name who done it with 100% accuracy.
Yay!
Thank you so much for joining us for this. This, again, is brought to you by Quest Chest. If you'd like to win one of your own, either the one that we have here today or a different one, make sure to check out the chat for the giveaway options. So thank you.
Don't want this one, I'm keeping that coin.
And the tea. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you in about 10 minutes.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello out there to all you dice dragons. Have you heard of Bookworm Games? With over 168 different dice sets in all the styles and colors you can imagine, Bookworm is sure to have something for you. Check out our gemstone, metal, resin, liquid core, and even wooden dice. Blessed by our in-house clerics and guaranteed to probably roll those sweet, sweet natural 20s 5% of the time, every time. Need somewhere to store your shiny math rocks? Check out our spacious bags of holding. We haven't quite mastered the interdimensional charm to make them truly bigger on the inside than they are on the outside. But there's still plenty of space for all of your dice sets, and you will be the undisputed dice dealer at your table. Tend to play more vampire or mage than fantasy sword and sorcery? We've got you covered there too. Our gemstone D10 sets are an elegant addition to your very own World of Darkness. Show your allegiance and roll monstrously and in style. Chester the Bookworm has opened his vault and invites you to visit www.bookwormgames.com to see how our magical artifacts can enhance your storytelling experience today. And don't forget, orders over $100 are free shipping. Bookworm Games, from our table to yours.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here playing Quest Chest, Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and you can win your own copy of Quest Chest, both the edition that we're playing here today and a different one, by typing !Quest Chest, all one word, all lowercase, in the chat. Yeah!
How did you do it better?
Professional.
Yeah.
Professional. But let's get back into it. You have been sort of tasked with finding out who hired this assassin that killed the king. So far, you've had your list of suspects. You've got to eavesdrop in on some conversations and glean some facts. You've been brainstorming. You even went out with the prince to one of the meetings that was scheduled directly for the king, but now falls on the Prince Regent. You went into the bank and seemed to side with King Udon that something more equitable should be drawn out between them. And then in your favor, he gives you a piece of gold coin from the bank, which you can see there.
This is mine, I get to keep it. I begged for it during the break. That's what all 15 minutes was.
These props are what you can find in Quest Chest, including some of these letters. And for this one, we had some audio cues as well from some voice actors. We've also got that scrap of fabric left behind by the assassin, found
his hair.
by Cheryl Raven. So you're so far able to have drawn your own conclusions on who you think is behind everything, but you join the prince and the viscount back in the carriage, and you notice that there seems to be an increase in the amount of guards they're taking you to this next location.
Oh.
The prince has a dark look on his face as he looks at each of you and says, "This next one is very dangerous. We must be on our guard. We are venturing into the syndicate."
The syndicate.
Did you just look around?
Yeah.
Did you look around inside our carriage?
Yeah. They're always listening. I hear
Could
their
be
ears
anywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a network. Queen Terrace, of course, is not content with us redrawing the borders. We simply cannot extend our forces that far and still have them claim that territory. So you have to help me convince her that they need to redraw the map, just like she promised my father she would.
Okay.
And is that giving them more land or less land, or what is the map that you request?
It is giving them more security, but technically less land.
I see. Yes, I see. Sounds about right.
The Viscount is like miffed and just sort of like pouting in the corner of the carriage. Just
Hey. Well, who needs to stack up now, huh?
Excuse you?
Who needs to get their emotions under control? Is someone being a little nasty pants?
Yeah, being Elizabeth of Nasty Pants. I'm being so wrong.
Your pants are so nasty right now.
Disregard my pants!
Oh, we're just having a good time. What's wrong? Did someone die?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The inconsideration. I loved him too as my king.
Did you all know, by the way, since we're going to the Queen, that
Of the
yes, the Queen of the Syndicate. yes. No, it's really good. It's a really good ellipses. Did you know that the King did propose to her at one point?
That's news to me.
Inside check.
Inside check.
go ahead and make them.
Oh, keep that roll, but it wasn't a roll. 5.
Oh, wow. He didn't roll well, but you did.
14.
Okay,
Help,
so, Stray, this seems like the truth. Lorgrax lies.
Lies.
I was unaware.
Yes, it was unrequited, and I'm not even sure if it was love or political, but surely the prince knew who his father was pursuing. Prince?
Is that something that we should know about our parents?
Oh no! Oh no!
Because I didn't. Oh no.
No, it's your turn. What would you like to say? Do you want to talk about anything?
Inside check.
Can
Can I provide the help actions?
Yeah.
Okay.
You get advantage.
Okay.
Advantage.
Oh, no. That was a crit fail, but the first one was a 7.
No, the Viscount manages to keep his feelings on the inside.
Okay.
But we all know objectively that like the Viscount was making fun of this earlier. So even if he was like giving a very like I believe what a good performance.
Yes.
But we know the truth that like
We
he
do.
knew this
But
was
what does the
possible.
prince think of?
So you've said all this out loud. The prince has been sort of like worrying about going into the syndicate, but then finally dials into what you're saying. Oh, I'm sorry. What?
Your father at one point did want to have his wife, his queen, be the Queen Ferris.
Well, of course. I mean, if they were wed, we could unite the two kingdoms together, and that would solve all the border issues.
So when she rejected him, was that? I mean, how do you feel about that?
She is a cold-hearted woman who
All right.
doesn't care for
Take it-
anything.
okay,
but
take it
herself.
down a notch.
She's crazy.
Yeah.
And Dad's the normal one. She's crazy.
Can I please use my power and see what his ex says about him?
Oh my gosh, do it.
Yay!
Oh my gosh.
A bad initial roll, followed by a worse one. 6!
So you tune in to that same vision frequency to try to see if you can hear the words that his last ex muttered to him. You hear silence, and that could only mean he's never known love.
Oh, somehow that's the funniest thing of all. Okay. Well, when you grow up and you have a real relationship,
I'm the Prince Regent!
Aww.
and then maybe when you're the king, you can buy a date and a clue. Why am I being mean to you? Because you didn't pay my check. Your father did. Let's keep going.
What's a check?
I said it was a QUE.
Oh,
That's high fantasy something, probably.
That's the rules. Okay, so the carriage, it seems like you're definitely going through a different part of town. You're going into a different faction altogether because it seems less ostentatious wealth and more guard what you have. There is this sense that as you move into the syndicate, people are moving with a more guarded nature. There's no outright, crime happening or anything like that. It does seem fairly civilized, but you are getting dirty looks as this fairly ostentatious carriage is moving through. But you are able to clearly make your way through to where the queen is waiting.
Have you noticed the side eye here in this part of town is unprecedented?
Oh yeah, it's really messed up. There's actually I don't know if you've noticed, but there's people dressed like the walls that they're standing in front of.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, you gotta look for eyes
Oh my
on the
gosh,
walls.
that's
Yeah,
both
you gotta look real
shady
close.
and art.
Yeah, it's like one big performance piece.
Wow.
Was it just a short rest?
Yeah, I'll give you a short rest.
Thank you.
Am I still muted because I'm not physically on the thing? No, I'm good. Can you hear me? Okay, cool. Yes.
Then before we pull up, I'll say, sorry, I was being very rude. I know we need to protect your person, so I'm going to fly a little more stealthily this time and make cast invisibility on myself right before we exit the carriage.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. This doesn't really register as a palace or a bank. This registers as a stronghold. This is a fortress that's going on, and it's a passage carved into the rocky hillside. You enter in to find darkened halls lit tenuously by lanterns hanging between stone reliefs on the walls. The passageways form an expansive network beneath the city, and this is only one of many secret entrances. As you enter, you see the queen herself, sitting side saddle on a throne with her legs crossed.
Yeah.
She's the cutest and I love her.
She does have an experience about her, as if she wears this well, being in charge and merely with a look telling people what to do and what her whims are. You see that people do clear as you enter into this chamber, but she makes a hand motion, and the official guards around the prince and the viscount seem to be pushed back. You start to get pushed back with them, but the prince motions over and says, "Bear with me." And they seem to let the three of you pass through.
Sweet. Is it okay if I put Cheryl on your
Oh,
shoulder?
sorry. You were invisible.
Yes.
So you have to make a dodge. They don't know they're going to run into you.
Sure.
Make a dexterity check. If you wanted to, you could do like acrobatics or something.
Yeah.
Because if they bump into you, it may...
I wouldn't have wanted to go into this room. I would have been trying to go through.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So instead, why don't you roll an investigation for me, and that will lead to which passageways you find.
12. But can I put Cheryl on your shoulder just as a communication point?
Yeah.
Because I can communicate telepathically.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go and do a bit of a creepy walkabout.
Yeah.
If I see anything important, I'll feed it into Lord Rex's ear.
Are you being careful about the noises that you make?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We're trying to fly silent.
Gotcha. And is there anything that you're looking for in particular?
I I think if I can get, like, the dream is to figure out, like, private apartments for the queen and just see if there's any communication between, I think the Viscount did it. The Viscount and the queen. Just if there's anything, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so I will come back to you, but for now you are off on your own mission.
Goodbye, everyone. Good luck.
The two of you manage to make your way behind the prince as he presents himself to the queen. You were in the middle of bowing. Are you doing that? Are you presenting yourself?
Yes, to the queen, for sure. Yes, you know.
What does this look like?
Oh, it's a little cumbersome. So a huge, tall Goliath. I don't even know how tall the ceilings are, and it seems as though all of these leaders are human, correct?
Yes.
Yes, okay, so I'm probably scraping the top of the barrel of my head. Yes, but I bend over and then I just kind of keep bending over. It's like kind of hard to keep, I'm top heavy, and especially with the armor. But I'm able to push my hands back up and fly back up and get vertical.
Wow. And then Lord Grax?
Oh, hey, what's going on?
I see. She ignores you and looks directly at the prince. The prince, of course, the prince regent, I should say, starts out strongly. He goes in with, you know what I'm here for, and you know what you agreed to do with my father, and I expect you to honor this agreement. She, not having it. She sort of chuckles a bit. No. And then waves it away. The prince regent stands there and is like, you have to hear me out, at least. I don't have to do anything. Are the two of you doing anything at this point?
Yes, I would like to pop my stopper and just emit some mint.
You're going to give the prince a heart attack.
But he also, I told him to get he had one chance for a trigger, and now he's not allowed to be triggered by the same trigger.
Is that how it works?
That's how triggers work. Yes, it's all you need is awareness.
Wow, you spoke to me. Wow.
I'm hoping. I just want to see what her reaction is. Hopefully that stands out. But yeah, I actually am siding with the prince on this. Like you give a thief a biscuit and she takes a cookie. What is that?
Yeah.
Glass of milk and a
That's
cookie.
what they say in England.
Give a mouse
a biscuit. They'll want a cup of tea.
They'll want Popeyes.
And they'll put all their stuff in the boot.
They'll never mind the gap ever.
Anyway,
so sorry to our British fans.
I'm not. You haven't forgiven the Boston Tea Party yet.
But in some way, I want to. Yes, I also would like to pop the stopper and side with the prince.
Yeah, I think I'm looking around for like a similar fabric from the there's a lot of guards in here, a lot of different people. Like I want to take note of like what they use out here, like what's
Okay, so I'm going to have you roll a perception, and then you roll I'm going to say this is deception because you're trying to convince somebody that this is the aroma of a poison that is like in the room, right?
I think maybe they have the map that's meant to be redrawn like on the wall, and so I'm going to just mosey over there. It's going to get me a little closer to the queen, and maybe even pick up a quill and just start like, oh, what would it look like? Like start pissing some people off. Yeah.
Cheryl's gonna give you the help action.
Sweet. All right, let's roll those two, and let me know who gets higher.
Crit fail.
Woo! It's not Lord
baby. Okay, so that's a deception E. So this is 6.
A 6. Okay.
Oh, but help.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Advantage. Oh, much better. An 8.
An 8. So, well, since you have an 8, you get to go first. You walk up and you take out a feather quill as if you are going to redraw some of these border lines. And you also surreptitiously pop the cork of the smell of mint, which you have imbued into your little
alchemy bottle.
The intentions may be to scare or intimidate the queen. It's not really working. She sort of, what is that lovely aroma? And gives you a side eye as she just watches you draw the dots
Okay.
on the thing. And then, Lord Grex, you found the assassin. They're here.
Oh, I got this guy.
There is a white-robed individual that's like 3 people away.
I swear to God.
And if you don't act right now, they're gonna get away.
It's like a waiter or something.
No, it's the assassin.
Yeah, I gotta take him down. What? Cheryl. I got this. Send all this information back to Stray. I'm gonna be a fucking hero right now.
Takes off your shoulder.
I wanna like run and just like start pummeling this person like on the ground. It was a crit fail.
Yeah, it really
was a crit fail. I really do think this guy is.
You have advantage for surprise.
Oh God.
Yeah, I bet
Go
you
ahead
do.
and roll to hit this unsuspecting
This
assassin who's there probably
This poor
to kill the king.
assassin. Okay. Oh God, unarmed strike. 15.
That is enough.
You have advantage. You might as well crit fish.
Go for it. Crit
Come
fish,
on.
crit fish.
Crit fish, crit fish.
This poor shoe shine boy. Oh God, it's a 21.
Yeah.
Shine your shoes.
This person is looking like everyone's looking a little shady and glancing around. Yeah, it's
Syndicate.
but they are wearing white robes with their hood up, and they have a belt that seems reminiscent of the assassin that had killed the king. Blinded by this and with a paladin rage, Lord Grax goes over. How do you attack this person? And what does it look like successfully?
Successfully. Yeah, I think I just like. I forget to be chill in this moment.
Oh no! There's the shotgun.
And I'm like, oh, excuse me, do you know where I can? And just start pummeling him.
Yeah, you do, and you can, as your fists connect, your scaled golden fists connect with this fleshy human face. You feel that this may have been a face that has not experienced a lot of danger.
Oh no!
Or has not been hit a whole lot.
Xander, please.
You hear.
Xander.
They're older.
Before you. Okay, good.
They're like early 20s or so. But
Okay,
still
okay.
green.
Yeah.
And you hear this horrified scream directly from the queen herself. My son!
Oh no! Oh no! This guy came at me!
Yeah, inhale and exhale.
Jacob, okay.
And inhale.
And we're gonna cut to. Go ahead and tell me what Stray has been doing as they wander It's sort of a maze back here.
Yeah.
There are long passageways that seem to connect all the way under the city. And you hear murmurings. Go ahead and give me like a just blanket investigation, perception.
Let's do investigation.
Some
There's
gossip.
just so few like points of data.
Yeah.
14 plus 2, 16.
16.
There's so few points of data.
Yeah.
There's the smell of mint. There's that white cloth.
Yeah.
I got an up close and personal look at the dagger itself.
Yeah.
So I am looking for anything that reminds me of anything that went down.
Something pings your ears because you have just received this as a gift. You hear a couple of syndicate members complaining that they were blamed for something that they didn't do. Apparently, there is like a shipment of counterfeit coins going around. And everybody assumed that it was something the syndicate made and that they are repopulating, but they're swearing that they're innocent. And they're swearing that it had to have come from another faction, but they don't know where the counterfeit money would have come from.
And the person you are in private, like, you would just fess up to it if you're within your quarters.
They're frustrated that they're being blamed to it and they can't even take the credit. Because it would be something that they would do if
But
they
it would
got
make
away
sense
from it.
if you hated your tax. Like, if the taxes are too high, you would, like, print more money to counteract the inflation of it all. Cheryl is gonna like land on you as you're beating a son to death. And just says coins. I should explain this later. Hey, listen.
That's about what you're able to glean as you make your way back into the main chamber.
Cool.
Still hidden. You're still invisible.
I think Cheryl like sends a net like it's popped off, and I'm like, gotta get back. Hold on.
And as we cut back into this throne room, you, I assume, have stopped.
Oh,
I pulled him off.
Oh,
you can see that, yes, they're relatively unscathed, but there is like a bloody nose as they stand and they look pissed. They spit out a tooth. And he says, yeah, what was that for?
So I had thought you were an assassin, I thought you were someone else, That was my bad.
Yeah? So you just want to come in here,
No,
beat us up,
that's not what I wanna
redraw
do.
our maps?
I don't want to redraw. I'm not good at draw.
She did?
I did that.
The prince sort of quiets everyone down. I will handle this.
Oh.
And he walks over and like puts out a hand as if to help them up. And this person, the son, spits into the Prince Regent's hand.
Really?
Ooh.
He says, I am not your enemy. And this figure stands up and says, you are, and draws a blade. The Prince Regent also draws a blade and turns to the two of you. Do not interfere. I've got this.
What does he got?
I want Cheryl to land on the son's shoulder and just lean over and whispers in Stray's voice, "You're gonna die here."
You don't have this.
From the throne, you can hear Queen Terra say, Kel, you don't. But it's too late. They've already engaged in sword combat. Now, you've been given orders by the prince not to interfere, that this is like maybe a matter of pride, son of royalty versus the son of royalty.
Sure.
Do you interfere?
No.
Yes,
Absolutely
Cheryl very
not.
specifically is on the queen's son's shoulder and is going to provide the help action for the prince as the bird eventually like scatters, just giving him a little bit of help landing a first blow.
In my head, though, what I'm thinking is these two might be brothers. If there was a secret romance between the king and the queen.
You've gone into the full conspiracy.
Oh, yes, that's why
Your mind palace is so romantic.
Yes, well, and also, I mean, they're obviously dueling each other. Perhaps they do. This one son, if he is the actual son of King Serial,
Cereal.
then he might have a claim to the throne if the bastard law wasn't implemented.
Ooh, we're invoking.
Yes.
Snap, crackle, pop.
Yes,
They're going after the cereal.
And that's exactly what you hear as there are glancing blows between the two of them, and you can see that they are almost equally matched. It comes as a surprise, actually, to the three of you that the prince even had a sword, as if he was coming ready for a fight. And his blue cloak swishes behind him as he parries, and you can see that Kel, this son, goes in for a lethal blow against him, but he manages to parry at the last second, and instead grabs a dagger and does a lethal blow at Kel instead.
Oh, what?
There's a scream as Kel falls over, and immediately the queen snaps a finger, and healers who you recognize with the golden masks come forward and immediately whisk Kel away.
Amazing.
You two notice the prince coming back, cleaning the blood off of his blade. Did you see what that whelp tried to do to me?
Wow.
I ended his life.
That's
particularly cruel. Queen Terrace sits there shaken in the throne, and she has now righted herself to sit in the chair properly. Whatever you want. We'll redraw the borders. Whatever you need to find out what happened here, we will give our aid. She snaps her fingers, and two people appear. This is my expert huntsman. Do you have anything that of this assassin? Apparently they were wearing white. They could use their skills to track where that cloth has been.
I'm not there.
Yeah, we have, and pull out the cloth and like give it to them.
Nice. So you can go ahead and put it there.
Boop. I don't know why. You were doing that.
No, I was handing it to. Yeah, I was handing it to.
While the healers are there, do I recognize any of those healers that come in?
The masks almost perform that identity masking.
Gotcha,
so that's
gotcha.
almost the thing. If you're not supposed to be able to tell who
Yeah,
they
yeah.
are. They're just a healing vessel.
Gotcha.
Or whatever. The queen also hands over a letter. This is the agreement that I came to with King Serviel.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Before all of this happened, we'll honor this agreement. All of this bloodshed is bad for business.
Gosh, this is like the most satisfying thing in my life.
Squeamish rogue queen is the most interesting thing in the world.
She seems shaken by the duel itself,
Yeah.
by what happened with her son. And we do have the blue letter, who seems to be from King Serviel himself.
Yes, and
if
it
you
is.
wanted to
It is
play that.
Blue?
The blue letter, the wax seal. Stand by. Standing by.
Was it not on?
It's Wheel them for time.
We will vamp for time.
Did they whisk Kel away out of the room? Okay, then if I've got more time, I'm gonna go try to follow that.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
So that's
invisible.
what I'm doing. Yeah, still invisible, still not meeting up with the group.
Gotcha.
And I communicate that as a bird.
Oh, here we go.
We may not always see exactly eye to eye, but I do always hope you find me to be fair in our dealings, and that you can appreciate my humor, even if you must suffer me for my looks. Had we simply met when I was a younger man. Regardless, you drive a hard bargain, and I understand that this deal is not the one you'd hoped for when we first started this discourse. Though it may change your routes slightly, you can trust that my men will not intrude beyond our previously agreed-upon boundaries, even if they may be so inclined. The last I recall, when we discussed the district beyond the White Fountain, you told me that you had no love for the place. Why, then, do you fight so hard to maintain its control? I know that your routes under the city run there, but last I heard from my agents, it was beginning to become hard for your forces to manage. Does it perhaps lie too far from the hive for your bees to keep? On one hand, I envy your position in its flexibility with the law. On the other hand, not being able to work in the open air must present difficulties. While I appreciate the concerns you have raised in your last letter, I believe it is best to hold the deal upon which we have agreed. The district lines will be redrawn as we discussed after the last banquet, and we will begin construction on our new constabulary office at once. I know you have put on a show of force to maintain your authority. Your people will have 8 days to withdraw themselves from the newly defined border, and to either cut or renegotiate ties with the smaller and less organized troops within the area. After said time, I will not be able to reasonably withhold enforcement any longer, and any remaining criminal elements making themselves known will be brought to heel. Of course, I know that your organization is too clever by half to be caught in such an operation. Signed, the constant but friendly thorn in your side, Serviel.
I think he did a really good job of not sounding too desperate.
It's good critiques.
Yes.
At this point, the Huntmaster has finished casting a spell over the cloth, and you can see there is an activation effect on the
Wait,
cloth.
what? Stop it!
The hunter's mark on the piece of cloth.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna give this to you.
Yeah!
So actually, they hold out the map underneath this piece of cloth as well, and as it begins to light with the magic, you can see.
That's
oh
really
my god,
cool.
oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!
Here, I'll
This
take
is the
this.
path that the cloth has taken throughout the city.
This is so cool. Here, someone else do
Fire,
it. You do it
fire,
from that
fire.
side.
So each of the different locations, as you mentioned before, has a corresponding number that shows what that location is. If you'd like to, we can visit a couple of those as you go down the path, or we can try to find out one spot that you'd like to visit that may have been the last spot the cloth had visited.
This is so
my
cute.
God, this is, you know what? This is what I wanted to be able to do as an artificer.
Yeah.
But I wasn't high enough level.
Great
So,
here.
yeah, this is, okay, so this is interesting. Where's the friggin' castle on this?
Take the map. Look.
Yeah,
Look. Hey, everyone.
Deal with it.
Really quick. Zoom. No, you can't zoom in on me, but just focus on me really quick.
Yeah.
Go get your own quest chest.
Please.
It's very cool, and I'm done sharing it with you because I want to look at it for myself now.
If you
and if you want that for
So
yourself,
where is the
go
castle?
Exclamation point.
Right here.
Quest chest.
There you go.
And you'll get more information about it.
Free
And
table
entry.
squeals.
Yeah.
Free
This is
table squeals.
So cool. Look, we get to play with the thing. I love this. I love it.
So this is where they went after they killed the
No,
king.
it seems that these
Using
are
the light.
all the places that the cloth has been at some point. So, if you'll notice where the stops are,
Like right here.
you can
It's
sort
like a
of
hub.
determine that they stopped at the blacksmith or at the
Oh
apothecary.
yes, so 7 is the dock house.
What's this?
It's not on the list.
12 is the syndicate stronghold.
Okay, what's 11?
11 is the southern market.
Okay.
So it did seem like you
14
just
is
found
the
something that
apothecary.
was
So they're
not on
not
the
there
list, right?
often.
The what?
The one that was not on the list?
Yeah, we did. We found there's like a little,
Like home base. That's where I want to go.
it kind of looks like a
Like the
pyramid or
points
something.
converge.
Yeah.
So-
like the cloth has been all up in that
It's
intersection.
between the northern market and the syndicate stronghold.
Yeah, you know who would know? Would Queen
Oh, this is the
Terrace?
border. Yeah.
Would she know?
Yes, I am familiar with that area. It's another inn and tavern.
What's it called? Well, I'm not there. Don't answer my question.
yeah,
What's it called?
Also, reading this and listening to him read it, like, it's basically all messages back in the day were the kind of prohibited solid blue text.
Yeah.
In a text message, like,
Right.
you just don't get away from that.
Yep.
Where does this line go?
To the thing.
So yeah, she does point out that seems to come to convergence at that inn. It's the Froggy Breath Inn.
Froggy Breath?
Yeah, not many people stay there. It's not our best accommodations within the syndicate.
Oh my gosh, the froggy breath.
I can have the guards take you there if that's where you'd like to continue your investigation.
Well, you know who hasn't spoken up much? Excuse me, Viscount.
Yes.
Are you still seeing?
The camera pans over to him.
This guy's so creepy.
So, Viscount,
Yes.
I just want to hear your thoughts on all of this. You had a lot to say in the King Udon meeting, but
On blast.
Well, I believe this, while a bloody outcome, is favorable for us. The prince was noble and did what needed to be done. I applaud the regent for his bravery, and we accomplished what we came to do.
fantastic. All right. With that said, yes, I mean, I understand that the prince and you, Viscount, have many dealings, but in this land in Ayawatha, but I think our first and primary goal is to sort out who killed the king and who hired the killer.
That's what we're here to do!
Yes. And
This whole time!
And that we can agree.
Is this the same guy?
Yeah, the
we
prince.
sort of-
Oh, the prince.
The
Okay.
prince. Yes, I know, but I mean, we've had a little bit of side stops, and you know, you've been doing other business as well.
Business goes on, whether or not I weep for my father, which I have not had the chance to do.
Can I roll an insight? Because his disposition changed so drastically when he got in that fight.
Please.
Let's do. 9.
Nine. You notice there was a change. It was obvious enough
Yeah.
that, like, the sort of meek, don't look at me prince is different than the one who
Yeah.
stabbed this person.
And did it seem personal? Okay.
Are they brothers? Do we know?
Oh my god.
I don't think so.
I mean, that was real
Viscount.
disrespectful.
I
And
mean-
kind of, Aabria is kind of on the prince's side, like, you spit in my hand?
Yeah, that is
That's
the
crazy.
prince. Yeah.
That's a crazy thing to do.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy.
So,
Maybe they're lovers.
I wish I was there to use my ability. No, he's not. The prince has never had a lover.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
We know.
if you wanted to choose any location on the map to go and visit, this would be the time. Or if you'd like to take a short rest, I don't know if you'd need to. Otherwise, let me know where you'd like to go.
I mean, that does make sense, right?
Froggy breath.
Yeah. Oh, I was just thinking, sorry, I was just thinking about what you had said earlier. I'm like, that does make
brother?
sense. Yeah, the brother thing.
I know. Should I use my very weird skill of just asking who's the baby daddy? It worked last time. I got a direct answer. So why not?
Yeah, why not?
You're asking the queen this?
Yes, I'm asking the queen. So yes, this is your son. Who sired this man?
How very dare
Yes, I know. I shouldn't
Could
have.
you ask
Dang it.
Then, after I saw him mortally wounded,
Oh, yeah.
you are going to ask me who the father was when he left me?
Oh.
What, does he have a name? Like a
Seth.
Seth. Oh. I mean,
What?
It's a real soft move.
What? No, he left you? He left you?
He left me.
Oh, man.
Of all the people.
I couldn't have been the problem.
No, you definitely
I
weren't.
don't think so. You had people really going for it for you. I think you still do, to be honest. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Hey, make your move.
But okay, no.
Just go ahead and make a move.
Oh, I don't want to.
Let me ride, make a move.
What was your name again?
Oh yes, my name Nordy.
Oh, damn.
Nordy.
This went in with the Nordy, huh?
Nordy. Yes, first and last.
Wait, hold on.
Nordy?
It's just Nordy or Nordy?
It is just
First and last. No.
Yeah, yes, it's Nordy.
You guys want to be alone or something?
No.
I'm feeling a lot of things at the moment, and I genuinely do need to be alone.
Oh, okay.
Not with Nordy.
No, I understand. I barely like being by myself.
Oh, no.
But, okay, great. Well, thanks for being so candid. I mean, boy, that's 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
You have everything you need. Now leave me be.
Hey, is Kel dead?
You're gonna ask around, or you're gonna look.
I follow.
So you follow the healers as they take Kel away, and they are able to resurrect him, as it were. It wasn't quite as lethal as it's presented, but he does seem pissed off and just like angry at the help that he's being given, like a spoiled, rich person who's like, I should have taken him. Ugh.
Yeah.
Did you see that Dragonborn? They just punched me out of nowhere. What?
You know what? F it. I'm gonna stay invisible and just be a weird little fly on the and just like start whispering and like pouring in a little bit of that like demonic poison of just, well, yeah, that is kind of unfair. You should have taken him.
Who said that?
No, don't worry about it.
You have a point, but how?
Why so disrespectful to the prince? It's a bit of an upstart, but...
Because he's trying to take away our home, piece by piece. He just wants more land. We work hard to maintain our borders. I work hard.
It seems unfair.
Right?
Now...
Meanwhile, the healers are like, boy, he got hit in the head.
Yeah! Can I just insight check him and then I'll run away and
Sure.
get the group back?
Are you just like a blanket insight, or?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see, like, is that actually why he was so, like... I mean, yeah, he got punched in the face very hard immediately, but the hostility, I'm assuming, carried down from his mother.
Go ahead.
Oh, finally, a good roll. It's -1, 17.
17. Okay, with the 17, though, you're able, as you have moved through the passageways undetected, you were kind of able to see some things that other people weren't. And there were some murmurings amongst the forgery for the coins.
Yeah.
Also that maybe this was always the plan, that Kel was going to pounce on the prince. And perhaps that was interrupted surreptitiously by this Dragonborn, who may have interrupted what could have been deadly the other way around.
Oh, that's so interesting. Oh, okay.
But he's genuinely pissed off and wants to kill the prince.
Yeah. And then I guess the last thing was, another death would have been easier. Good luck. And then I just run away.
What do you mean, good luck? What does that mean? What do I do? And then we cut away.
Worship the devil. I don't know. Yeah. I run away.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
Ooh, what are y'all thinking? I was kind of thinking maybe going to the dock port. I feel like if we go to the apothecary, I know what we'll find, which is, the moonflower nightblade.
Yep. That is about what I said, so fair.
I wrote down moonflower. I didn't write down the other nightshade.
Right.
Yeah.
Moonflower was the name of the plant.
Or do we just go directly to Froggy Breath?
It is up to you, and I will say that Stray, you're able to join them if you'd like, or stay invisible.
I'll maintain my invisibility and stay on the periphery, but I will.
Cheryl is able to let them.
Yeah, as Cheryl's just like, hey, I've been kind of following what you're doing. Seems like the blacksmith covers the dagger and the apothecary, the moonflower poison. I don't know what the southern market or dockhouse would have been for, except for the dockhouse being an exit.
Oh, right. We might see some shady characters there, and maybe I could try to. It hasn't worked yet, but maybe the scent of mint might do something there.
Hey, you're really pushing the mint.
Well, here's my thinking is that the people who know, right? But the people who don't know. So I'm wondering if we could, yeah. Thank you.
What was the other smell? I already forgot.
Strawberry
was the antidote.
You know,
I could,
strawberry,
yeah,
the opposite of mint.
I could make you smell like strawberry.
Oh, that'd be really nice.
No problem.
Where do strawberries grow?
Britain.
Ground.
In like a field or like a vineyard or
A vineyard.
would they be?
Do we have to go talk to the farmers?
Oh, the farmers.
Yes, Cheryl.
So I will note that it is not a strawberry itself, but rather the plant smells of strawberry brewed into a tea.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Well, I like the idea of going to the dock house or the southern market.
What was the froggy place called?
Froggy breath.
Froggy breath.
So how would you cover up the smell of things?
With the breath of a frog.
I guess so. Ah, Cheryl!
Come outside! Wanna talk normal. Cheryl just takes off your shoulder and goes to leave.
Where's the prince headed next?
The prince is either going to tag along with you, or if you don't want him to come, he and the Viscount can head back to the castle.
Oh, they don't have another stop to go to?
Not today.
Okay, gotcha.
Lose the squares.
Does Cheryl have a mind of her own? Who said straight?
You know what? Cheryl's got a mind of her own. She acts on her own initiative. Cheryl doesn't like them very much. She's learned that from her mother.
Maybe we could track. Maybe if we go to the southern market, we could track the. Oh no, the cloth led us to this fun map. Let's go to the southern market.
Let's do it.
Let's poke around.
Let's make it happen.
It's not far to get to the southern market from where you are, and you don't really find a whole lot of clues that are pertaining to this. You see the hustle and bustle of a more seedier market. Things that are for sale here may be super expensive or very cheap, but maybe not dubiously effective.
Gotcha.
There are haggling opportunities if there's anything that you'd like to buy or prepare with, but other than that, you don't quite find anything else here.
Is anyone attracted to or repelled by my mint smell?
You do see, as you uncork your little mint vial, some people are either attracted to it, because we've established people love mint in this town.
Mint is great.
Got outlawed. But some people are like aware, especially in the seedy neighborhood. They're all like, we know what this is, and you've carved like a wide berth around yourself.
Oh, okay.
I want to go. Okay, so I think we should go see either Hala, I forgot about my voice, or this dude.
Yeah.
Pontiff. You know, we haven't gotten much information from the Pontiff other than he's hired new inquisitors.
Really quickly, why aren't we going to the Froggy Breath Inn?
Let's just go to the Froggy Breath.
Let's make that happen.
But it feels like
I heard it was a horrible place, though.
Yeah,
right. But it feels like it's kind of the meeting point of all of these things.
Yeah, but I feel like we were also just vibing and kind of hanging out.
No, I understand that you're trying to recreate our vacation vibes.
I know. It was just so exciting. Remember when you got that big floppy hat?
Yeah, and you got the puka necklace.
Yeah.
Like, that was so cool.
I know.
So cool. We're all
you
very
looked like a different person in that hat.
I felt like a different person. It was vacation Lori.
Really quick, before I forget, I feel like, and I explain what I overheard down when I was sneaking around, like, it feels like the syndicate has reason for a very justification for their grudge. Someone has been blaming forged coins on them, and the moving of borders by the king is encroaching on their territory. Have we discussed, I know, look, I love to secure the bag. Have we considered that maybe the prince and the king are bad guys?
Oh, I
By the way, the prince and the Viscount have left.
Yeah.
The southern market.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty bad.
I'm staying open to that fact. I mean, one of the you know, you always think a murder, especially for a king, is done close. You know, for the person who would benefit the most, arguably prince/viscount.
Yeah.
That's true. Speaking of fake coins, though.
Sure.
Didn't someone give you a coin? I
Yeah,
wanna
but
bite
there's
it.
no way that,
I want to take it.
Oh,
and,
yes.
like,
Bite it?
yeah, see if it's fake or see if it's real.
Go ahead and make an investigation. Whatever skill
Stop
you think might apply.
can I give you the help action?
Please do.
Bite my coin?
my
So
coin.
that is a 10, and that's an 11.
Cool. But that's enough to determine this seems like a genuinely minted coin, and you ended up getting it from the bank itself.
Yeah. Okay, the bank's clean. They're not making fake coins and handing it out.
Well then, I mean, I guess maybe we ask.
Ooh, what if you
find-
tried to buy something like that?
This is my coin, and I don't want to.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, so
I
like
like
two
this a
things are
lot.
happening, right?
You do
Like,
see the exchange of similar coins happening at the shops.
we know Holland needed money, right? Made a plea for it. And we know this guy's been spending money on like all his fancy inquisitors.
He's getting his own army.
He's getting his own army for sure. And it seems like this king, his army's like pretty much all he has that like keeps this stuff together.
No, you're absolutely
But
right.
the the syndicate seems dependent on it. Otherwise, they would give the syndicate more guards to have more land. But
So where are we headed?
yeah, good question. Where's the froggy breath?
Froggy breath in?
Froggy breath.
All right. You make your way through from the southern market back into the syndicate, and again, it's that like seedier part of town, and then you go even further where the buildings are broken down, uncared for. It seems like this is sort of the last resort of where people can find shelter before it becomes woods and forest. They're on the front lines against the wilderness. And you are able to find the Froggy Breath Inn, which again is very beaten down, but it is 2 stories. And you can see that underneath there seems to be some sort of like party going on of people having a relatively good time. There's grunting and shouting as if it's a raucous time underneath. Do you do anything, or would you like to just approach the door? It does seem to be open for business.
Do you have a game plan?
Well, could we just sit back and watch a
Yeah.
little bit?
I
So-
thought for sure this place was going to be pretty covert and low key.
Yeah.
But they seem to be celebrating the death of the king, maybe?
A lot of people are here. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, let's feel
Are
out these
you
vibes.
are you listening, or are you trying to find a window to look through, or are you? How are you doing it?
You know, I want to be a little bit outside and see who's coming in and who's coming out.
Okay.
And just get a lay of the land. I mean, it seems like most of the people in this part of the world are humans, but again, we do have a description of the figure.
Sure.
So I want to see if there's maybe a figure match.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a perception. Actually, anybody that's looking to try to find it.
Yeah.
Perception?
And I'll give you some info.
Can my familiar give me the help action?
Yes.
Yes. These dice are
really
so
heavy.
good, and I rolled so badly.
6.
Woof.
Bow wow.
5.
Oh, can my squirrel give me a help action? Oh, come
Yep.
on. Come on, hacks. Hack the mainframe.
Yeah, I'm in.
Oh my god, a 3.
Yikes.
That's what my did also.
So the 3 of you are able to surmise that there is a raucous party going on
Right,
inside
yes.
of this
It
building.
sounds like a party.
Time well spent.
I get knocked down.
It's just Chumbawamba on a loop.
Yes. Just Chumbawamba on a loop.
Play a deep cut.
Would you like to open the door?
Yes,
Yeah, open
you
the
know,
door.
because I'm an artificer, I wonder if I can, with using this secret thing, like kind of almost track even more minutely the exact path of the cloth.
It all leads back to this.
I know, but if there's like even, I also told you I'm very good at
Finding bathrooms.
finding bathrooms and
Where would you change to become an assassin?
And-
Wait, hold on,
and-
have we explained that yet?
No.
it hasn't come up.
I think it's coming up
I
now.
can always
the break.
point to the nearest bathroom, but I'm very good at architecture and blueprints. So I guess what I'm asking is, using this and my knowledge of blueprints and stuff, if I could track like the exact steps within a building of the
If you
clock.
were to go into this building, perhaps.
Perhaps. All right, I'll roll that dice. I
Which
would like
one?
to do that.
Open the door? Because you can just open
You
it.
can just go. He wants us to go inside the building so badly.
Please.
I would like to go inside the building.
You open the door, and the raucous party
die.
stops.
What?
There is silence as you have interrupted something, and gruff-looking individuals at once zoom over to look at the 3 of you standing in the 2 of you.
I'm invisible.
3 of you standing in the doorway. This looks like a rough bunch. They are in the midst of pouring bottles of alcohol into their mouths, and you can see that this place is disheveled. That doesn't even begin to describe it. It is torn apart. And they sort of wait for you to either enter or say something.
Hey!
Hey, what's going on?
Party!
They sort of look
This
at each
round's on
other.
me!
You say this round's on me, and everybody make a perception again.
Oh no! I'm gonna die.
Spicy.
Great. Can I have? No, I'm gonna keep my 2. I like it.
17.
A natural 1.
You notice
A
as
natural 1.
you don't
Yeah.
notice anything. Your eyes fall out.
Oh God! No. Help me! I can't see without my eyes.
This next one's on me.
It's like me looking at my bank account. Anyway, you are able to perceive as you say this, people as at the mention of the next round, everybody breaks their gaze from looking at you and looks over at a wardrobe that is right next to the bar that now you notice seems to be sort of like a little bit.
No.
And then as that happens, everyone starts to start up the party again to try to ignore that, like,
Yeah.
they're just ignoring you now.
Oh, that's so
And you notice that nobody's buying anything. People are just drinking.
Sure, just drinking. All right.
There
cool,
are
cool.
stairs at the back that seem to lead up to the second floor, which seems to be the inn of this establishment. There is a fireplace and some tables that are around, but it's untended to, and there's garbage and liquids
Liquid.
So now that I'm in the building, am
Yeah.
I able to suss out like a
Yes.
kind of, what is it called?
Almost
family circus?
glowing in your eyes. You see the little footprints of following this hunter's mark, and you see that it does go up the stairs in the back.
Ooh, follow me.
Sweet. What's in that?
You say that and point to the wardrobe.
Yeah.
The person that is behind the bar, but sort of on the bar, there's this gruff, bearded individual says, "None of your business."
Fair.
He hits it again, and there's a and then that's it.
That's so wild.
Oh, wow.
So you
Are we all gonna leave this room with the thing?
I suppose. I mean, it seems like they've got it under control. The bearded person does have it under control.
Sure.
I do.
I just want to know what's in it. Really
I
That's fine, we
think
can go upstairs.
before we leave, I'd like to, give a little knock on it.
If we leave the room, but maybe whatever's inside, we'll know to leave, and then we won't know what's in there.
Oh, that's true too. Well,
Lord Grax, you're the cool one.
I'm pretty chill.
Yeah.
We're doing this as an aside, not like in front of them. Okay.
Sidebar.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this is a sidebar.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty chill. Hey, check this out.
Yeah.
Hey man, your shift's older. They sent me in to cover.
oh,
We're doing so good.
I think you're a bit confused.
Oh no, you should
There are no shifts. We run this place.
And he kicks the wardrobe, and the door of it flies open, and you can see someone in an apron, maybe a bartender, tied up, that is gagged as well, crying. He seems to have been shoved like a little person in a locker into this wardrobe, and everyone else has taken free reign of the alcohol that is now unprotected.
Oh, wait, you didn't say anything about... No, shut up. Everyone else here, did you just take over this bar and you're just drinking all the time? Oh my God, all you did was say that! Pass me a bottle! We're good at keeping secrets! Yeah, I take a bottle, let's go upstairs!
I'm so
Good luck, guy, and I just gently go over and close the...
I'm so conflicted right now.
No problem.
Because it's like super chill to join a party, but also super not chill to lock a guy up.
Yeah. That's the later
yes,
problem.
but you don't get one without the other.
I bring back vacation law.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that's right.
Drink that juice.
Yeah.
Make a constitution.
Yeah, perfect.
I'll take one too, because I did drink from it.
5 on the die. Oh, I have con now. 7.
3!
Yeah!
So the world starts spinning a little bit for the two of you as you are tipsy.
Yeah.
But you manage to hold onto the railing that does exist on the dilapidated stairs to make your way up to the one room that is qualifies this as an inn.
You're my best friends.
Wait, that's
You're
so
like my
real.
best friends.
I try to be so chill, but you're absolutely my best
You
friend.
don't have to be so chill around us, you know.
Yeah.
Well, look, you're the one that was like, I'm chill and that's my whole personality, and like Look, when we met,
The door to the room is open.
Yeah,
Weird.
I know, I'm too sober for this.
Drink some juice. We're having a moment. You're my best friends, and I love you very much.
Hold on, this song rules.
All right, I'm going in.
We go inside. We go inside.
We go inside. Everybody make perception checks for me.
Yay.
Can I make my disadvantage because I'm tipsy?
Yes. I love it.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Not disadvantage.
Crit fail.
An 8. But also, each of you take inspiration for sticking to the junk rules.
Oh, thank you.
I got an 8.
8.
I also got an 8.
8.
Not even drunk.
All right, so you make your way into this sketchy accommodation. Upstairs, you find a vacant room. It's neat and organized inside, a distinct contrast to the rest of the inn. The assassin, perhaps, was a professional through and through, for you do find signs of this probably was where they were staying as they gathered the ingredients, gathered the weapon, gathered intel. I'm going to give you one more perception check before something happens.
Oh, dear
That's
Lord.
so good.
Okay, thank you.
Can I roll flat because my bird's helping?
Yep.
Ooh, can I roll advantage because my squirrel's
Yes,
helping?
and you could use inspiration if you wanted to roll flat.
I definitely will.
No, save it for when we fight.
Ooh.
No.
Not everyone doesn't notice everything all the time.
That's true.
A
Thanks.
19.
19.
Why are we twins?
12.
we had a
Incredible.
7.
18.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, because you're minus. I'm a -1.
19. You walk into the room, and the first overall glance is like, oh, this is weird. Everything is too cleaned up, too perfect. But then you notice in the fireplace, someone hasn't cleaned everything up, and you find 2 things. A burned note amongst the ashes, and a coin.
Another coin.
Another coin. This is in the fireplace as if it were like discarded.
Burn a coin?
Sort of thing.
Do people burn money? I don't
Ray,
understand. Yes.
with your 18, you notice something else. The assassins on the ceiling roll for initiative.
Oh, that's so I just look up and I'm like, oh, it's Leon.
Yeah.
The professional.
Hey, the professional.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, initiative.
18.
Oh, dear. 15.
I have a -1 to initiative.
17.
Yeah, your dex is dope.
Yeah. 18 though.
Oops.
18.
18.
So
17.
17 and
18.
what are your dexes?
Oh, my dex is a 12.
It's positive as opposed
Oh,
to.
yeah. So it'll go Stray, Lord Rex, Nordy.
Yes.
Stray, you are up first. You have the first action. This assassin is dropping down onto you, but you managed to see it.
Sweet. I think I do the like, oh, look, it's the assassin. I cast for bonus action, I cast Hex. And then I Eldritch Blast them.
Ah! Okay, remind me what happens in conjunction with everything.
So I point up, adding a d6 of necrotic damage when I hit with an attack, but I also am going to give disadvantage on dexterity checks.
Gotcha.
'Cause they
So
are
roll your damage, right? And then-
So Hex doesn't have any damage yet. The Eldritch Blast will give the damage.
Gotcha.
So that's gonna be, 17 plus an amount to hit.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So the Hex just is like, hey, this is gonna do some extra stuff.
Gotcha.
So that's a 23 to hit. Sorry,
Hits.
22 to hit.
Yeah.
For 7 plus. Oh, that's a blast. That's so fun. So 12 points. So.
Well, what does it look like?
Yeah. I think normally the damage, normally her Eldritch Blast looks like this bolt of demonic dark lightning, and now it's just kind of like. Because she's a little tipsy. So it's truly just like a little shadow that kind of ekes out of her hand like a squeaker of a fart. Like, oh no!
Yeah, it smells like mint.
Yeah, it smells like mint! Yeah, so 7 points of force damage, 5 points of necrotic damage.
Gotcha. With that, you can see that it is particularly taking effect on this, especially the necrotic damage for some reason.
Oh, interesting.
Their skin seems to react as if there's something else under the surface. But that force blows them up and away from you as they were dropping down to attack. And now they sort of right themselves, but are still prone. Next up is Lorgrax. You see the assassin has dropped down from nowhere, according to you, and is now prone in front of you.
Awesome. I am going to. Ooh, hold
Just
on.
as a reminder, prone means you have advantage on a melee attack.
You don't think I know?
Okay, that's on me. I'm so sorry. Hey, I get a little mansplaining.
I've been hitting people that were prone before.
You're right. You killed a child earlier.
He was pretty old.
Oh, are you attacking?
Inflict wounds.
Just inflict wounds.
Yeah.
This is a save or no?
This is a no. It's a spell attack. Yeah.
Yeah. So roll your damage.
No. I mean, I have to roll to hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So 19.
That
Is
hits.
19 hit? Okay, cool. And 20 damage.
Let's go.
But I want to. Yeah.
What does that look like?
So, I think he sees him coming down like off the ceiling. He was like kind of like this or whatever.
He was waiting to pounce.
Yeah.
And got caught by Stray, who sort of blew them like with force onto the floor in front of you.
I think I kind of like pick him up and do kind of a
him, interesting.
Or them.
Thank you.
Sorry, them up and kind of do the dirty dancing thing of just like I had the
Put a
time of
baby
my
in a
life.
corner.
And kind of like spin them and like shake the
So the
necrotic
damage
damage
is
like
coming-
from inside like my
that's
hands.
cool.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So as you do, you seem to lose control of the spell, Lord Grax. There is a reaction that you were not expecting, and the assassin, being held and up off of the floor by their shoulders, you see their eyes widen as you're inflicting this pain. These dark sort of veins pop out of their skin, and then it starts to fill their eyes, and this is beyond you. You are not doing this.
Lord Grax, calm down.
Eyes burst.
Ew! Oh no, they lost their eyes. We just about Listen, guys.
Oh no!
And they fall dead in your grip.
What?
As if some dark curse
Lord
has
Grax,
ended
what did
their
you
life.
do?
I didn't
Lord
do
Grax, why
this
did
at
you
all.
do that? We could have talked to them.
I was trying to.
But no, they
Don't go anywhere, little buddy. Oh, to my mouth! Oh, to my mouth! It's like a rotten peach! Oh no!
It's like a rotten
I'm gonna make your mouth.
It's the funniest thing.
I'm gonna make his mouth smell better.
Mint.
Yeah, Listerine.
Oh, man.
Magic
Yeah.
Listerine.
Well, you have this singed
Yes.
piece, if you want to go ahead and read that out, what you found in the fireplace.
Yes, it says payment in newly minted coin has been provided along with your instructions. The details of the commission are as follows. On the night of the next banquet, you will wait for the dinner to commence before making your appearance. I will ensure that the back hall is clear for you to access at that time. Ensure you use the knife provided and that your first strike is to the hilt. Be unseen as you enter the castle. Once you arrive at the banquet hall, however, do not hide yourself. Strike directly for King Eliren. If any place themselves in your way before you have the chance to kill him, dispatch them, but remember to preserve the knife for your true quarry. If his son is easily within striking distance after the king has been stabbed, blah, 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 kill him.
Oh.
Yes. So the instructions are as written.
And there's a little like bird in the background.
There is a bird. It's
Like on our coin.
Like on the coin, and I wonder.
Ooh, good. Interesting.
Nope.
No.
But
Good
also,
check, good check.
there's a back. Nope.
Good check, good
Yeah,
check.
yeah, we're
Said the back. They said the back of the hall. Who was back there?
So, you are able to glean from that passageways were left open for the assassin, essentially, as you make your way back to this banquet that is taking place tonight, because you are entrusted to name who you think the suspect is.
Oh, dang it.
The prince gathers everyone around, and you can see that all of the other, the representatives from the other factions are there. There's a smaller retinue, but as you enter, all of them sort of look you over and up and down, like, who are these people? The prince calms them down. These are an investigation team from outside of our lands.
Yes.
And they have been conducting an investigation on all of you.
All of you. Maybe we should have talked.
I will present them now. They shall give the evidence and name a suspect on who murdered my father. And he gives the floor to you.
Interesting.
Oh, I feel like we are
out of our league.
He had that all prepared. And,
Yeah, you did,
He was
you
just
did.
like, he didn't even want to confer. He
didn't
wanted to
wanna-
be surprised
Yeah.
with everyone else.
That's really fun.
He wanted to enjoy it with everyone.
Tell me, investigators, who do you name?
I do a disguise self so I could give myself some suspenders.
Nice.
I just go, I may not be a big city investigator, but we've found truly so much evidence, and I'm just out here
Like a lot,
fully
like a
stalling.
lot of evidence.
I am vamping while these two like come to a decision.
Sure.
And we see cause for each of you, all of you, had a reason to kill the king.
There's a gasp in the crowd.
But we know that only a couple of you had the exact right motivations and the exact right impetus in this moment to have slain
A
the
name.
king.
Say a name.
Yes, say a name.
Just one name, though.
one name.
Just not like not like two names, maybe.
No.
We definitely want one. Just one.
Who done it?
Who done it indeed?
That's who I think.
Yeah, just say
Okay, Pontiff Alvinor Go.
Everyone in the crowd whips their head to the pontiff of the church, who is shocked, to say the least. Me? But I love the king. Seize him, says the prince, as they grab the pontiff and bring them out for execution.
I love my God! Everyone else. I want to
You have made the right choice.
Oh, definitely.
I have been suspecting the church for far too long. They've been gathering their forces, taking our money, perhaps even doing some shady dealing.
Who's talking to
How
us?
does the Viscount? This is the prince.
This is the prince?
What's the Viscount doing? What's the Viscount
The
doing?
Viscount is like, I knew it. I knew it was the church. They're so evil. I knew it the whole time.
This guy's crazy. I'm gonna blast him.
The
I don't
prince,
like
in
this.
fact, says, now that this is behind us, come, we must talk privately. And he brings you back into these private chambers that you had seen before. And again, there is some tea that is set out, both for himself and for you. He says, please, partake in this as a celebration. We have found, through your hard work and your diligence, the true killer, the murderer. And
What does the
I,
tea smell
the
like?
Prince Regent, well, why don't you smell it for yourself?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
I could not have done this
This is the coolest thing in the whole world.
without your help.
Oh, thank
Truly,
you.
I thank you.
I'm gonna Eldritch
And he-
blast him through the glass.
Absolutely not. Yeah. A part of
It's mint, dear audience.
Yes.
A mint tea.
Oh.
So, just real quick, let's see a future that could have been. And if we want to play that ending sound.
Scooby-Doo ending?
Oh, you got it right.
And this would be if they had had the tea at the... Yeah, it may not be on, but it's coming. Here it comes.
This is so fun. Okay, Aabria's gonna drink the tea because she loves mint tea.
Yes,
This is delicious.
But Stray did not drink the tea.
All right, try again.
Greetings, friends. I am King Servil Illyrin of Ayawatha, the City of Kings. I write to you now asking for your help. While not one who would typically reach outside for aid, I must remain cautious. Even with those who sit upon my council.
I have sought you out due to your reputation and your ability to remain outside the influence of this city. I have come to fear that my rivals at court aim to do me harm. My spies have informed me that one of these rivals has been vigorously maneuvering against my house and has even gone as far as to orchestrate my forcible removal, while kidnapping and assassination aren't common these days. They are also not unheard of. The monarchs of this city keep an uneasy alliance, and I fear that if I were to be removed, our delicate peace would turn to turmoil. My life's work has been spent fostering these alliances, but something dark is at work in the halls of power. The other kings are tense, and I sense that our city now rests on a knife's edge. I request your observant presence at the next banquet of crowns, which shall be held within my keep. These weekly gatherings are neutral territory where my fellow kings and I can conduct our business, free from threat or challenge. This time-honored tradition will prove as an opportunity for you to eavesdrop and listen in on my rivals. I would have you come as unassuming guests and spy for me. You shall keep a low profile, remaining unobtrusive, and as such will not approach myself so as not to draw attention. Dress well, come unarmed, and share niceties with my rivals at dinner. After the banquet has concluded, I would hear from you all that you've learned, and together we shall uncover the threat and unmask my true foe. Thank you, King Serviel Elaran.
Turns out the prince was the one who hired you in the first place.
Yes.
And if you listen to the king's voice change into the prince's voice,
Yeah.
and everything sort of had a double meaning on that first letter that you received.
Funny.
But I'm going to play this out in my head, that you are able to decipher that this is the poisonous mint tea, because you definitely had it on your mind.
Oh my god! The whole time!
The whole time.
The best payoff in my life.
Mint anyone? Definitely poison.
Just a quick one and done. How do you destroy the prince? You did an eldritch blast that sent him flying back. The tea goes everywhere. What does Nordy do?
I'm going to open a small little orifice on his body and pour the tea in.
You forcibly fill his mouth with this hot mint tea.
Yes.
Sorry, moonflower.
Yeah, and I play Chumbawamba in the background. Pissing the night away, just like into his. Yeah.
So,
What was the Viscount doing all
the
this?
Viscount is like, I don't know what's going on, but I love it.
I do want to just look over him like, I thought you would be better.
I thought we were cool.
Really? Alright.
Wow.
And in the power vacuum, the three of you actually take the throne. And
Yay!
now...
Whoa, they just came into us.
I'm in. Now we can make our own, royal babies.
I'm going to romance Udon.
Also, one thing I want to point out, if you take a look at the two coins that were handed to you, the one from the bank is the legitimate coin, and the one that was paid to the assassin was actually... Can you spot a difference?
Oh my god, it's a slightly different color gold.
Oh, the tail of the bird?
Hold on.
I will give you a hint. Take a look at the words.
Owned, fortune gained.
So the real coin has fortune owed, fortune
Owned versus owned!
The
Would
counterfeit
never have
coin
caught
is
that.
Fortune owned and fortune gained.
That's so fun.
So
Oh
the
my
assassin
God.
is paid by the prince in fake money.
Oh, that's so good.
It's stolen and
Devious.
blamed on the syndicate.
Oh my god, I'm not mad that we put the pontiff behind bars though. We didn't
The
get
pontiff died.
Okay,
Yeah.
To be very clear, I think we started with a really good clean slate.
We did.
Yeah.
No organized religion, and we've just
And
thrown
no
the monarchy, and now we can romance everyone we want. This is the best possible ending.
Thank you so much for
You
joining
can't make an
me.
omelet without breaking a few eggs.
For this whole thing, and thank you to Quest Chest. If you wanted to play through this, we did not get to everything in here.
God.
There are
No.
some props and things that they didn't get to
There were
either.
17 locations.
Yeah.
We technically kind of
This-
only
We did like
1.2.
This could be like a whole campaign if you wanted to.
So
Easily.
This is also system agnostic, so you don't have to play Dungeons and Dragons to play this. You could play Pathfinder. You could play Star Trek Adventures in a holodeck episode.
Dog, this was slapping blades.
Yeah. Blades in the dark. And as part of the resources that are available to you, though, if you do play in like D&D or Pathfinder or other systems upcoming, they'll have stats for each of the NPCs and all of the fights that are suggested, including like bandit fights or monsters and things like that. that you can also access. So you really don't have to plan anything, and I got off scot-free.
Amazing. Also, it comes with tea.
And tea.
And tea. And the tea is so good.
We all
love a snack.
There's a strawberry and mint loose leaf tea that comes within the box.
So cool.
That's so fun.
Why don't we go around and tell people where they can find you on the internet, and thank you so much for joining us.
Awesome. Hi, I'm Aabria Iyengar. Follow me on social media at Quiddy.
And I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Vorpahl Sword.
Yeah.
And you can find me under Carlos Crits.
Yay!
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Not today, but
Crit fails are still crit.
Yeah, they count.
That's true. That's true. And I'm Xander Jeanneret. You can find me at Xanderific with 2 R's and 1 F, and I've been your Dungeon Master tonight. Congratulations to the contest winner for the Quest Chest, but if you'd like one of your own, you can check out their Kickstarter, which starts next week. Definitely click the link to be notified when it goes live so you can be first. I will say, this is reminiscent to like a Beetle and Grimm's box, but affordable. So this is a great option, even if you wanted to pool together resources from your adventuring party to bring them a kick-ass thing.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you next time here on Good Time Society. Yeah.
Bye. Bye-bye.